All right, all right, all right. I think I am live. Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays. If you guys don't celebrate Christmas, hello, hello. Got my new camera set up here. Let me just get a little centered there. It's a little closer than normal. We'll adjust that over time here. But hello, everybody. Good to see you. Hopefully, it's coming through clear. It looks good on that end. So happy to be here on this holiday day. So thank you for being here as well. And I'm excited, as always, to see what messages come through from Spirit. So hopefully, I tested this new microphone and new camera earlier today. So if you guys can hear me and see me okay, let me know just to I can make sure that everything's running top level here. But before we get into everything, we will definitely bring in some beautiful love energy. So we'll do that with the singing bowl here in a moment. But if you want to join me in a big, deep breath, we'll start off just to come back to here, right now, in this moment, out of the future, out of the past, out of the outside world, into this very moment where unconditional love and of course, beautiful joy and peace also exist. So, welcome, welcome. So, if you want to join me, we'll take a big deep breath in, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable, and then just a slow exhale out as you come back to this moment. All right. So, if you want to join me, big deep breath in. Here we go. Beautiful. All right. And then, of course, we'll bring in the singing bowl here. And as we hit the singing bowl, you can just imagine this beautiful, um, huge waterfall of eternal, unconditional love energy just flowing down into us, filling us up to our brains and all our thoughts, into our hearts and all our emotions, down deep into our bodies, into the cells in our blood and our organs, into all of our energy centers, all the chakras. We have meridians, we have our auras, just filling up our entire life and flowing out to the outside world, allowing it to do whatever it wants to do out there to raise the vibration of the planet there too. So, of course, something we can always do is gratitude, 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 right? So, the more that we're grateful for just one little thing right here, right now, in this moment, what are we grateful for? That immediately begins to raise our love vibration and it draws in um, love and messages and magnetizes us more for what we are also in. Grateful for. So we will do that. Now, I'm not sure. I got a new microphone. I'm not sure how loud this is. If I'm coming through loud and clear, I got my little green buttons are lighting up, so I know it's you guys can hear me. I'm not sure how loud this will be though. I'll start off further away so I don't deafen you guys. But we'll hit the singing bowl 3 times as we let that gratitude raise our vibration, and we invite spirit to join us here. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Sorry for that last one. That was loud, but powerful energies. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that. We'll put her down here by the Christmas tree. There we go. So, hello, everybody. Hopefully, you can see me all well here. We got a little Christmas tree in the background here. Hopefully, everything is supposed to be, it looks like it's coming through good. It's supposed to be some automatic focusing, and it looks like it's doing okay on your guys' end. Looks a little foggy on mine, but I think it's just the setting I have on this computer. So hello, hello everybody. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, as I was saying, and thank you for all the thumbs up you've already given the stream. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And we will get started here in just a moment. Cozy, huh? Hello, hello. Hey, Jojo. So we definitely have a lot of beautiful energies flowing around today, a lot of extra love in the world. So the vibration of the planet seems to be a little higher, which we of course are grateful for. So thank you guys so much. So happy to get some messages from spirit here in a sec. Let me just get some things set up and we will get the party started here. So hopefully, if you're new to my channel, hello, hello. I want to give you a shout out as well. We've got our wonderful group of Zen friends with huge hearts and great senses of humor. Definitely two things that are very helpful in this little adventure called humanity. So, welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. Try to keep it a safe and just a safe and uplifting energy here. So, welcome, welcome. If you want to know how the whole process works, if you check the description box of the video down below, it lists everything. Donations do get first priority. Free readings are first come, first serve, and they're generally 1 to 2 card readings. If you make a donation, like I said, I do honor that energy exchange. Step out of the free readings, dive deeper. I mean, we get more tea. We spill the tea with Brother Z, so we do pull more cards for that. You also get a little fortune cookie, a little oracle to kind of round out the reading. And if you do want to make a donation, you can use the super chat down below or in the description box. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. And I don't have any set dollar amounts. I know everyone's funds vary from person to person. Cost of living is different. Rate of exchange is different. So I know whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. So I do honor that. If by 2.5 hours in I have not completed any free readings, I do step away from donations for about 30 minutes, complete as many free readings as I can. During that, then I return back to donations and I finish out all donations same day. Um, and um, and then if I have energy and I'm out of balance, I will generally try to complete more free readings depending on how long we've been on. After each session, I do post a pinned comment listing all the readings, and then I post a pinned comment with the timestamps as well, so that you can look for your name, click on that little timestamp, takes you directly to your reading. So I love that. Also, we have a special this weekend where every session I will pull 2 winners for a 15-minute personal recorded reading. I know, like we did on Halloween weekend and Thanksgiving weekend. We just have so many holidays. Month after month after month. Also, be doing something special on New Year's Day in that night session on January 1st. We'll have some more giveaways. Um, but the entire weekend, every session, I'll be giving away 2. So I have 5 sessions. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and then Saturday and Sunday morning into afternoon. So if you check out the pinned comment after we're done, I will list it there, the winner. We'll pull 1 winner from the donations, 1 winner from the free readings, and also post a social media announcement on who the winners are. So I'm excited. I love giving things away. So we'll have that. Also, speaking of giveaways, I'm going to continue doing the new moon and full moon giveaways where I give away a 30-minute personal recorded reading or a hedge of peace and love, if that's what you're interested in. Um, and here is the link to the full moon coming up next week. Yeah. Right? Yes, January 3rd. Can you believe next week? It's the end of next week, is actually New Year's. So we'll have a Cancer full moon. But the link to all the giveaways are always down in the description box of the video as well. So we will do that. And then we only have a little while longer here left on my Bread to Zen super sale. We do have both my live readings, my recorded readings, and my hedges are on sale through all the way through January 1st. So January 2nd is when I'll switch the pricing back to the regular. So if you want to take advantage of the special, you can do that now. And you can purchase them if you're like, well, I don't want to, I'm gonna get it like in January or whatever, February. You can purchase them and I'll hold on to them. They don't expire. So you can purchase them if you want in advance too, just in case. Someone had asked that, so I thought I'd share. And then also, we came out with a new adventure in my podcast, The Easier Path. And this one's called In Love with the Future. So it's a really cool one. They're a little shorter. I'm getting them down to, instead of being an hour and 45 minutes, I'm getting down to like 30 minutes and under to make them a little more digestible. But the first few are very informative, setting a good foundation. So if you want to catch up on any, the playlist is always down in the description box of the video as well. So that is the skinny on everything. I think that's everything that I had. So let's do some shout outs and we'll get into readings here. Good to see you guys. So we'll start from the bottom and work our way up here since I do have some on the list already here. So we've got Ken. Hey, Ken, good to see you. I see your free reading. We'll add you onto the list right here. And of course, we got Maria Selentine. Hello, hello. Good to see you. I see your free reading request. We'll put you on the list too. Whoops. There we go. And we got Jojo. Thank you, Jojo. I saw your PayPal donation. So you'll be up first. And that'll be your little energy here. Was that a llama? All right. We'll have that here. We got Faith and Love. Hello, hello. Merry Christmas to you as well. Get you on the list here. Very good. And we got Sarah Taylor in the house. Hey, Sarah, I do see I got a couple readings from you. So I'll respond to those either later tonight or tomorrow. But I'll definitely will those for you. Good to see you. We got Crescent Moon. Hello, Crescent Moon. I do have you on the list. You'll actually be number 3. Because we do have Maria P as well. Hey, Maria. I saw your PayPal. So you will be number 2 for the donations. Very good. And then we have, hey, CJ. I don't see a question from you yet, CJ. Very good, Sarah. So if you put something, maybe YouTube decided not to put it, but hello to you. I see you said hello. And then Maria P. Hello. Like you said, we got your little Christmas wish here. I got you on the yeah, I have you on the free reading list here. Very good. We got that. And then we have Tim De La Gem. Hey, Tim. You didn't look like you asked a question, but I do want to verify that for you. We'll add you to the list too. I like that. The old guy with the metal detector. Time to build, you think? We'll find out. We'll see if what Spirit has to say. We've got Brenda Globy. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. And Ateshi Singh. Merry Christmas to you. We'll have you on the list here for your one. And we've got User PC. Hello, hello for your general reading. So we'll put that out there. And Touch O Love. Good to see you. I've got you on the list as well. And then Moncloa, you'll be the first free reading up when we eventually get around to those. So good to see you. Sound sharp and clear? All right. It's a little brighter, yeah. I wonder why it's so bright. Maybe it's just the camera. Darker, darker. We'll figure out the lighting. I did it, earlier. I wasn't gonna do it, and then I started to do it, and I go, "Whoop," I started switching out cameras. You kinda have to, like, start right away or, I mean, you have to finish it up. Like, you get started, you're like, "Oh, I'm going live tonight. I better finish it up," but I didn't have time to really, um, get all the lighting and everything. It's an interesting it's a newer camera, so it's, like, so much closer. I like having the bigger view, but at least you'll see the cards really clear, I think. So we'll see. Thank you for letting me know. All right. We got Marissa Smith. Hey, Marissa. I did get a PayPal came through. That must be you there. So we'll put you on the list. You'll be number 4 for the donations. Olivier Vagara. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Oh, it's my Christmas lights. Is that what's making it all brighter? If I move over? Oh, thanks, Tim. You're so nice. All right, and we got Aisha. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And I got your free question. We'll add you onto the list here. We'll get started here in just a quick sec, everybody. Oh, great lighting. Okay, good. All right. So I think that's it for now. We will add anyone else's that pop in here. But so where we're at for donations, we'll start off with JoJo and then Maria P and then Crescent Moon and then Marissa Smith. You'll be up after that. Of course, I'm going to use our little, let's see, I have them here. Let me show everyone the box. We got the Yuletide Tarot, of course, because today the Yule. And we will use those. The tarot got some tea cards, some spill in the tea, and when cards if we need those as well. And we're going to continue. This is a huge deck. The for the donations, when you get a fortune cookie, it's from the Ascendium deck there. So that's one we'll be using there. All right. So we will, let me grab Olivier's really quick here. Thank you. Hello, hello. There we go. All right. I think we are ready. I did talk about the drawing. We'll have the drawing for the two winners of the 15-minute personal recorded readings. That'll be done after the stream is over, and then the winners will be in the pinned comment and on social media. Something like that. All right. So I hope you guys are having a great holiday. And we are set. So let's dive in. Jojo, you are up first. Here is your timestamp there. Very good. And I think I saw your question is down here. Yes, a holiday read, whatever message comes forth. If there was a way you made someone's holiday better, you'd love to know. Yeah. Is that the is that the llama as well? Sorry, I have my sound on. The texts that are coming through. All right. So let's take a look here, see what they want you to know for today for your holiday read. And we'll see, is there anything about joy, joy, joy coming forth here, making anybody's Christmas a little better, a little more easier to choose joy. Yeah, maybe it's a llama. Are you the Dalai Lama? Let's see here. Well, I feel like this kind of answers our question. You did get the Queen of Cups, which is, of course, this that they call the Queen of Good Cheer. So very emotional energy. I do feel like when this is coming through here. You know about the Grinching you did? But well, that's the whole thing, right? This is all about the energy that we put forward, and if um we can make it easier for people to choose higher vibration by putting out love, or we can, put out a low vibration, making it more difficult, and people, and scatter when we we come into a room instead of being attracted to us and having a glow about us, right? So I like it that you already, talking about, I know the Grinching I did, I might have come in and, brought in a fog instead of a bright light. But we'll see here what overall they want you to know here. And we're all always putting together all of our energy, um, in and to the whole collective. So, what are we pouring in each moment is what we're adding to the entire collective. If everyone, like a lot of people, are holiday cheer and in a loving mood and happy and a little spiked eggnog, and everyone's a little happier, brightens up the whole vibration of the collective of humanity. And then it can also, if people are in a bad mood or some disaster happens and people are scared, you can feel the fear and lower vibrational energy go up too. So we can always, do whatever we can and be to see what do we want to be putting into the world. Let's see what else we have here. You got the Four of Gifts. So the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Candles. Yeah. Queen of Wands. So there's security here. The 4 I don't know, the 4 of gifts, the 4 pentacles is kinda like home energy. It is solid energy, but I'm getting you know, we all play a mirror anyway. We can't always know how other people are taking us, right? Because, we do have this, a monkey looks at us, they see a monkey, a zebra sees a zebra, a llama sees a llama. Whatever, people are whatever's looking into the mirror is what's reflected back to them. So we don't even know what, people are seeing when they look at us, but we can make it, putting out our energy. And that's what the Queen of Wands is realizing what energy I'm putting out was what I'm going to attract to me too. But this Four of Pentacles, the Four of Gifts is when we define ourselves by the outside world, everybody feels unstable, when we're seeing that and going through that too. Um, I like that awareness around that. Let's see what else we have here too. We've got the Eight of Good Cheer, Eight of Cups, and the Five of Good Cheer. All this good cheer. So I like this energy here because the Eight of Cups is about walking away from, like, relationships that no longer serve, emotions that no longer serve. And I kind of feel like they were saying here with the combination of these cards is, yeah, we can make it easier or harder, but ultimately everyone makes their own decisions. And the Five of Cups is one of your, you know, poster child cards for your life purpose, right? On that, I want to help people move from lower vibration to higher vibration. So a lot of the lower vibration that you're feeling and reacting to is a good kind of training ground for later because you're becoming aware of when you're experiencing things and how you have the power of emotional choice to switch it if you want. Get all this cups energy of, you know, um, like the power of emotional choice. Then you have all these other ones. You got the Four of Candles. Yeah, joy, celebration. So definitely this joy energy coming in here. You've got yeah, you do have the Lover's card, which is the power of emotional choice card. So choose joy, choose joy, choose joy is the thing that will make our lives uh, more joyful, right? Because we're going to attract things that match that. So there's no right or wrong, but they're like, but if that's why on the other side, this is funny. On the other side, we have free will and the power of choice on the other side, but being in the presence of unconditional love, we're like, "Why would we choose any different?" Go they we have the choice, but if it's like, "Would you like this, $1,000,000 or this bill for $1,000,000?" And you're like, that?" But we wanna maybe feel like, what does it feel like to, be in debt? Maybe we wanna experience that. That's why we choose to experience humanity too, is that it's, because we get this power to choose and not having the full impact of and remembering what eternal unconditional love feels like. That's why we're taught to choose the $1,000,000 debt instead of the $1,000,000 abundance, right? But I like this energy coming in here. You have the Six of Canes, Six of Swords. This does tell me that you did help someone move from choppy waters to calmer waters. And this is about communication, something you either texted or said, because this is the sword suit of writing or speech, that you did help someone move their thinking from a low place to a higher place. So they are confirming that there for you. But a big part of what was being experienced during this week really was to help you go, yeah, when I'm being drawn down and I recognize that, I also know I have the power to switch it up and change it too, right? Yeah, here's your Leo energy with the strength card, with a llama with horns. I think that's a deer. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, everything that unfolds is for you. I like this energy, which yeah, and then the Page of Couture. Sorry, I have to show you that first. So here's the higher emotion, right? With all this cheerfulness that's here. But I do love this. I feel like you're moving into a season with Jupiter really bringing in a positive energy for you, an abundance kind of feel energy, where you will feel and experience that life is happening for you here. But, there's a lot of emotional control, kind of this don't beat yourself up about, if I'm in a bad mood and I express a bad mood, yeah, I know it can impact others and make it harder for them. But if you're usually on the balanced or upper level, not you don't dive deep into spreading hell a whole lot. You're usually a source of joy, so it's okay. In fact, your joy, um I'm sorry, your low is some people's high of their joy, So it's like we forget that. You're not like everyone else. So you can lighten up on yourself a little bit and be aware, that yeah, you do impact people, but for the most part, you're uh, an inspiration of sparking for joy. And sometimes it pisses people off, um, that you know, because you have a natural energy of, uh, brightness. And sometimes that makes other people's darkness feel even darker. Because when black is inside a dark room, you don't see it, right? But when it's next to white, like over here, it's very obvious. So sometimes that happens there, as well. Well, 'cause, it's making oh, okay, you said, "Oh, yeah, because it makes them feel darker." It's like if you're it's like if you're maybe you're not, like, fat, but we're not skinny, but then we get next to a skinny person, then we're like, "Ugh, get away from me." Just kidding. Anyway, let's see what your fortune cookie brings in. But it has to do with brightness. All right. Here is your here is your fortune cookie. We're moving on. Oh, wow, beautiful. You got inevitable success coming in here. See if I can get it to focus. It's supposed to be autofocus camera. I wanted people to be able to see these a little clear, beautiful cards. It says, "I choose the goals that align with my deepest truths, and I achieve them with passion and joy." There you go. I like it. So that is your fortune cookie, my dear. But I like that resonates with your, your dream. What is it? What is my dream, right? It's to help people be aware of how to move from lower vibration to higher vibration, right? So, um, I like that. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, I think we had some more people come in here. Let me see, do some shout outs here. So we did those. You heard a Tim heard a cat hiss when you got close to a 3-year-old's cookie. Yeah, right. Whoa. Without cookies, the cookie monster is alive. It's like instead of Rosemary's Baby, it's Cookie Monster's baby. All right. And then we got Andrea, 54 Hector in the house. Hey, Andrea. Get you added onto the free list here. And we got Salama. Hey, Salama. Good to see you. I got your question here. We'll add you onto the list as well. Jupiter really screamed at you from the sky. Oh, yeah. I love it. You are very welcome. Right, so I think I've got all the newbies that it came in here, so we got you on the guys on the list. So cheers, everybody. Got some nice hot coffee going on here. We set a record high today. We got up into the upper 60s for Christmas Day here. Fahrenheit, of course. So it was nice. Went for a nice walk on Christmas Day. All right. Maria P., you are up next for donations. Here is your timestamp. Look at 3333. I got yours over here. Let's pull up your question. There we go. All right. So let us take a look here. See what we got going on here. So Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today. Okay, we got boom. After your Christmas Eve date. And he got you a promise ring. Woohoo! His thoughts behind it. Did he like the gifts you gave him? He gave you things for your kiddos. His thoughts, updates on dark side. And he seems frustrated. All right, let's see what we got here. So his thoughts and feelings towards you. We do have the Knight of Knight of Canes, which is the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of passion in that. There's a lot of movement energy of passion with that. So they're not in their mind and they're not in their heart. Well, they are, but something's overriding all that right now. Just very attracted to you both energetically and physically is what's kind of coming in with all that. But there's also an energy they're saying here of action and movement. And so, they are inspired to make and do more actions and take more actions too. After your date, the 4 of Canes, yeah, 4 of Swords. Um, oh, you know what? Canes are thoughts. That makes more sense. Although I think the other is still true too, because both of these are changing of mindsets and gaining clarity, letting go of expectations, really wanting to move forward in, you know, um, seeing things more clearly, seeking clarity. But it's about not doing things that everyone else would think and this and that, but they're really looking at things from a higher perspective, clearing away fears, clearing away old mindsets in there. So it makes sense that because they usually get into their minds a lot, right? Um, and that's what I feel is where they're at here. They're doing plans, looking at what can happen next, and they got a lot on their mind here too, with it being the end of the year and you know holiday break ends very quickly for them, and they're back in the swing of everything too. We'll see what else here, but he got you a promise ring, woohoo! His thoughts behind it? Yeah, looking for a solid foundation, looking to developing something that feels like home with this here. I'm not sure why they don't. Come on. Anyway, you can kind of see it there. But I like that trying to develop it feels like this feeling of home, capital H home that comes in there. Did he like your gifts? Creative? Yeah, this is the Empress energy. So it's definitely nurturing, mothering, feeling like harvest, feeling like abundance. Very positive card. So they really, really did like it. Again, it felt creative. It felt very nurturing, very thought out from the heart. And he liked that. It did touch his heart. He gave you things for his kiddos, his thoughts. Yeah, 8 of gifts. Yeah, it's part of growing, part of this transformation, part of this, growth and showing that he's doing the work and he wants to grow things and transform things. So, definitely a building energy with that coming in there. Updates on the dark side. We do have the Nine of Swords, Nightmare and Insomnia card. So, of course, you like that. Not that we celebrate misery, but we're glad that, you know, it's the endings. We know it's time to go somewhere when, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, right? And that's it. There's a lot of fear, a lot of disappointment, a lot of expectations, which makes sense why he seems frustrated. It just seems, yeah, we get the 7 of gifts taking too long for things to unfold. And you're like, no kidding. But there is a lot of that. They're wanting things to progress faster, and they know also, that's where the frustration comes in is they want it too, but they also there's too much involved. It's not something. It's like turning an aircraft carrier. You can't just turn it around like you're on roller skates, right? It takes a lot to turn an entire aircraft carrier around. And so there's a quite a lot that's kind of, you know, accompanied together with that. So let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. See what else they want you to know here. Okay, do you want this one here? And you've got, yeah, grounded. It's like that 4 of Pentacles, this grounding energy. I am deeply rooted in the earth's energy, stable, strong, and fully present. So I like that. It's a good affirmation, stepping into the power of being here in the moment and not, trying to, you know, get caught up in the future and get caught up in, you know, um, outcomes and tied to those things. It's more, you know, enjoying what is now and not getting drawn because when we get drawn to the future, drawn to the past, that's where lack happens, right? But gratitude for what I have now. You have a promise ring, and it's like, all right, well, what does that do? Okay, what's next, right? Or are we sitting and celebrating and grateful for what happened, right? Last night, right? It's beautiful, right? And it's like, I'm going to celebrate this. I'm going to take time to be grateful for this, at least until January 1st. And then you can start expectations again, right? Anyway, but that's what they have for you, my dear. I like that 3333. That's the Empress energy of creation and birthing. So that's a beautiful energy. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. Then we have Crescent Moon. Crescent Moon, thank you for your donation. Here's your timestamp. Look at all these fours. So, Crescent Moon, thank you for your little third eye, private eye sticker and your donation. Oops. So, let's take a look here. Reading on Sag for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. All right. We'll take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Let's take another sip. So cheers to you. All right. Cheers. All right. So let's take a look here for yesterday. So Sag. Let's take a look at their yesterday's energy. Christmas Eve. What was going on here? Okay. Got those. And then today, we got these. Those are for tomorrow. These are for today. So underline energy. And you said for tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to have to raise this up a little bit because it's maybe that's what's taking that's what's maybe that's what the microphone is zeroing in on because it's closer. All right. So let's see here. We got those. All right. Yep. That's all they want there. What is their energy for today? Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense too. But the overall energy for yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we do have the Five of Swords. So there is a little bit of conflict going on, either or and within their selves, but it also feels like it's in the outside world. Uh, People don't like change. And when someone chooses not to do something, it can really rattle some feathers because they we're taught to take it personally, right? We'll see what this is about. Yesterday, we do have the high priestess. They call it the Marilud or something like that. But the high priestess does step away from everything, withdraws, connects higher, looks behind the veil, dives deeper. So it's a very kind of hermity energy, alone energy. So I feel like they might have either felt alone or were alone um, last night, yesterday. Let's see what the underlying energy is around this. Yeah, we have the Nine of Good Cheer, the Nine of Cups. Here's that nine, number nine, the hermit energy, being again alone, drinking alone. It could be with the Nine of Good Cheer, but it feels very, I'm seeking my self love here. We have the King of Canes, King of Swords. So a lot of thinking about things really in their head and seeking clarity, a lot of clearing of mind as well. And the 10 of Candles. This is an endings energy that's coming in, but it's an ending of evaluating where am I investing my energy and where do I not want to invest it. It feels here. So it does feel a bit like we had some energy like that from before, right? When we were pulling cards for them about this hermiting and this stepping away and this where am I going to invest my energy? Where am I not going to invest my energy? In who and in what? Right. Um, so it feels like there might have been, what is this about? They usually would have some sort of traditional get together, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, no, no, no kind of energy. It feels like, I feel like that might be where some of this conflict is in, is that they were choosing not to go to the regular um, Christmas Eve thing, whatever it was, whether it was mass or a service or a get together, a little thing before the night, before Christmas Day or whatever. It just feels like they kind of ixnayed it and went, in a different direction. Um, for today, yeah, today's energy, we've got the Knight of Canes, so more movement of thought coming in here as well. Some thinking, moving from old ways to new ways, seeking clarity, wanting to see things differently, and possibly movement of communication. We do have the Six of Canes, so there is more communication. This is moving from choppy to calmer waters. avoiding conflict, and the sun card, yeah, just wanting brightness, not wanting, all of this, but I do feel like there was a lot of, I don't know, invitations to a lot of fights or some arguments and jabs and things, because when people are hurt, they act like 2-year-olds. So there was some people acting like 2-year-olds, but I do feel like they were just trying to turn up their sun energy, Sagittarius. I'm just going to turn brighter and brighter. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to let it bother me. And I feel like they really did, and they really tried here. We'll see how it was here. Yeah, 3 of candles. 3 of Wands, which is about with new information, taking a different direction than I would before, and Leo energy. Here's that strength again, both the Sun card and the Strength card are both Leo energies, but it is that leadership. I am having the strength. I'm doing what I wanna do. I'm not, gonna let people tell me what to do. So it feels like today was a day of, I'm doing things differently. I'm going a different route. I feel like where they kind of said no to things Christmas Eve, Christmas Day feels like they said a yes, but instead of going, I'm going to be over there for 8 hours, I'm going to be here for an hour. I'm going to come, I'm going to do this, go to give the gifts, open it up, have a quick bite. All right, maybe 2 hours. That's it. And then I'm out. I'm really going to go, everybody, and that again, hurt feelings. Oh, but that's all right. I love how they're standing up like a lion instead. And then tomorrow, let's see what they got going on for tomorrow. Yeah, more clarity coming in with the Ace of Canes. So really this is a few days of a lot of speaking my truth, a lot of seeking clarity and seeing things. 7 of Cups, a lot of different emotions, a lot of different people feeling a lot of different things coming in here. If I can get it to focus a little better in there. But a lot going on there. There's which everyone always has a bunch of different feelings, but this just feels like more for the Sag that they're feeling a lot of different things. You know, trying to not to feel guilt and feeling empowered, but at the same time feeling, you know, um, I don't know, a lot of reflection on things coming in there, but interesting. Let's see what else we got here too underneath that. Yeah, got the Hierophant, which is the major arcana number 5. They're seeing things from a higher perspective and seeing clarity, but it is the number of change, big changes, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, good. Really like that for them because that means they're really seeing that this is for me. And I feel like through all this, they're really seeing who are, I'm seeing the true colors of people. And I'm seeing the people that said they were my friends aren't my friends. Um, and but this conflict, I feel like, it's the guilt because that's how they were manipulated growing up a lot. "Oh, you didn't do this, and you made me feel this, you made me feel that, you ruined my Christmas." I could hear someone saying that. Um, "This is the worst Christmas I've had in years." And you're like, "Not me, this is one of the best ones I've ever had." But they wouldn't say that, but they feel, "Oh, I know that's not what I wanted," but in the end, they will see that, this was for them. So I like that. Let's see what fortune cookie comes in here too. Here we go. Yeah, claircognizance, the lone wolf. Little woofy coming in here. And it says, I am attuned to timelines beyond my current reality, allowing me to receive divine insight from the eternal now. Wow, talk about receiving clarity and going, "You know what? I'm tired of this timeline that I was on. I'm hopping tracks and I'm going in a different direction." So I like that for him. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for your additional donation. We'll add you on to the list here, and we'll do some shout outs here. Let me just double check here. So we did that one, we did that one. All right. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I must not hit copy. Sorry. Thank you guys. My mouse is it's user error. I'm not gonna blame it on my mouse. It's me. I'm not grabbing it right. There we go. All right. So we'll have Marissa Smith will be up next, and then Sean G via Zcash app. Hey Sean. And then Crescent Moon will jump back to you for the follow-up on that one there. And we'll dive deeper. Fun, fun, right? So more coffee. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, nice and hot. Nice and hot. 12, 25, 20, 25. All these 25s. Ones and twos and fives today. All right. So, Marissa Smith, you are up. Here is your time stamp. Thank you for your donation via the PayPal. And I think I didn't see a question on your PayPal, so it must be in the chat here. I know, I saw you say hello. Let me go down a little slower here. Oh, there it is. Donated. I see it there. All right. All right. And then Marissa, I don't see you posted a question yet. So if you want to pop that out there, you're probably typing it right now. And I'll just make sure here. Okay. I don't think anyone else came in here either. Nope. Okay. So I got everyone on the free list here. We'll be jumping to those here momentarily. Let me just double check that you didn't put it on your PayPal here. Nope, I don't see it there. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just remove that there for now. So Marissa, as soon as I see your question, I will jump down to you there. But I don't see a question yet. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump to Sean G, which I do see her question on hers. So we'll just jump to that. So Sean, thank you for your donation via the PayPal, or I'm sorry, the Cash App. The Cash App. So thank you for that. We'll take a look here. You wanted to know, how will 2026 be for you? All right, we'll take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know right now for 2026. So we've got this first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, I feel like is what they want to do here. And then these are just the overall energies. So you have the Eight of Gifts, the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. So the overall year is a year of, there's transformation energy with the Eight of Pentacles, of, from caterpillar to butterfly. So some beautiful transformations that happen here. There is a lot of doing the work and getting the reward. You do see a lot of fruit of your labor um, come to fruition in 2026, and we'll look at the four quarters here. But I also want to pull these three cards first and to see the overall energy for the year. Yeah, a year of change with the Hierophant. I like it. It's Taurus energy, a lot of teacher student energy too. So I love that. A lot of movement and positive change, seeing more clarity around your teaching and around what you're wanting to do, and um, seeing it from different perspectives and some good growth energy being major arcana number 5. You also have the 5 of canes, the 5 of swords, which is some working out of some conflicts. Um, with 5 energy, this is that change, but I feel like it's a lot of clarity of communication, it feels like, comes in throughout the year too. Things that have felt conflicting before, you're realizing that the conflict happens in here, not out here, and you're realizing the power of your storyteller a lot in 2026. And also with the 2 of candles, the 2 of wands, there's an energy of realizing your power, realizing and utilizing whatever you focus on is what grows and expands, and realizing just how much gratitude, 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 and focusing on higher vibration, how things just flow so much easier instead of feeling so heavy. And I feel like you've been learning a lot about that, or, this last year, a lot, right? But I feel like there's a lot of clarity and you step into your power regarding it next year. Your first quarter, you have one card, you have the 8 of candles. Yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of communication, a lot of movement your first 3 months. So just like go, go. A lot of transformation happens in your first 3 months. That 8 energy with the 8 of pentacles and then the 8 of wands. So it's a flowing energy. Think of 4 things on each side. This obstacles are gone and you're just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Go, 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 go. Energy for your first 3 months. And I do feel like that's where a lot of the work is done. A lot of change, a lot of, like I said, transformation. Your second quarter, yep, 5 of good cheer. So here's another 5. 5 of cups is transformation of emotion, and the knight of canes, the knight of swords. So this is where a lot of the clarity we talked about comes in, with the conflict with that 5 of swords. Because here's the 5 of emotion and the knight of the mind. So the what, April, May, and June would be the second quarter, right? That's where you have a lot of change of mindset that changes your emotions and brings you from this, and it's not like you're in this low state of emotion, but in the areas where you have some lower things um, you know, pulling at your um, emotions down, these are the things that have, this transformation that comes in there. And then the third quarter, you do have the Ace of Good Cheer. Yeah, so Ace of Cups. A lot of self-love, a lot of joy. And so your third quarter, July, August, September, is where you feel the biggest amount of, I feel like, fullness. You're filling up and overflowing, and a lot of just joy, 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 and higher vibration emotions that, come in with that there. And then the fourth quarter, last part of the year, yeah, you got the 6 of candles, 6 of wands, a lot of feelings of victory, a lot of looking back and looking at, wow, in fact, with this ace of good cheer, feels like this is when you're getting all that fruit of your labor, where it's flooding in and pouring in. And then the last 3 months, you're kind of celebrating a lot of what has happened here. Yeah, because you got the 6 of candles and the 6 of canes. A lot of the movement, again, more clarity coming in, this flow energy. And I feel like it's not like you're riding your victory of the third quarter, but because of it, you're able to kind of take a breath and plan, what am I going to do with all this now? Because I feel like your success has really come in your third quarter. And then the fourth quarter is like, all right, what's next? Kind of energy that comes in. So it feels very positive, very fruitful with all of that. So I do love that for you. We'll see what your fortune cookie is here too. Hey, Marissa, it was going to be your turn, but I didn't see a question for you yet. So I kind of jumped over you until I see a question from you. And then I'll make you next as soon as you put your question out there. Just for the sake of time, I needed to move forward. All right, so let's see here, Shanji. Let's see what we got here. And you got cellular upgrade. Ooh, like that. It says, I welcome the process of cellular renewal and upgrade, restoring my body to its original divine blueprint of perfection. So it's a beautiful manifestation type of transformational oracle. So that's your one of your affirmations for 2026. And I love that for you. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. All right. Thank you. Hey, Jojo. Thank you for your additional donation. We'll add you to the list here and circle back around. And then we will jump there. All right. Let me move here. So, Marissa, if you're here, like I said, as soon as I see your question, I'll make you the next one up here. Yeah. Oh, Maria Celentine. Hey, Maria. Yeah, you are on the free list. That'll be a while yet. I'm still on donation. So good to see you though, Maria. All right. So I don't see a question yet. So we'll jump into the next one here. So Crescent Moon, here is your second timestamp here. So thank you for your additional donation. And so, whoops. So I'm going to find a way to have this because it's bigger than the other one. I'm going to be knocking my microphone around. So sorry if that was loud. So it's interesting that this is reflecting conflict since that's what last week's reading picked up on. Yeah, right. So could we do a deep dive into what the conflict is in the outside world and what the result will be and when? Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look here. All right. So what can we know about what this conflict is in the outside world? What is this conflict here? Okay. I got that. And that. Ooh. It's interesting as I pull a card out, more comes out. It's like a unraveling of things. Feels like some things that have been bubbling below the surface that people have been holding in are not being held in. We'll see what this is about here. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's take another sip of coffee. Cheers. Oh, yeah. So good. So the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Candles, which is, of course, the Page of Wands. It is fiery, things going, flaming, So there is, I feel like with the Sagittarius, because they're getting courage to say things, unsaid things, that as they say something, then they're like, oh yeah, well hold on, I'm gonna get into this closet where I've been stuffing stuff I've been wanting to tell you too, brah, and it's like whoa, like they go for the jugular. They were just trying to share their feelings, but out of reaction, because that's what I feel like this has to do with people in conversations. That's what's kind of spawning here. Let's see if we can find out who or what. Yeah, Four of Canes. Trying to find it's funny because I call this the, the mind at peace or peace of mind. But it's funny how we're talking about someone giving someone a piece of their mind is what's really coming through with that. Next to that, let's see who this is, what this is. Yeah, 10 of wands. Yep, see, they went for the jugular and cut off the head. It's like, whoa, that escalated fast. And that makes sense here that they were just wanting to share something, or explain something because someone's like, "Why do you wanna come over? Why do you wanna go do this? Why" I know, poor Frosty. But, the 10 of swords is an ending of expectation saying, "I no longer want to be who you want me to be, I wanna be who I wanna be." That's what the 10 of swords is I've had it, I'm done. So I am speaking my mind, and that's what, has gotten to this point where they're just wanting to say, "I but I don't wanna do that." They're like, "Well, you need to do this and this." Well, I don't wanna do that. "Well, I don't care what you want. That's what I want, and you need to do what I want." And they're like, "Well, I'm my own person, and I don't live under your roof anymore." I feel like it has a lot to do with mom and et al, ETAL, right? Does that mean and company? Mom and company? And the partners of the law firm of the judgers? But I feel like that's a lot of what's coming in here is that, you know, you're not doing what is expected and you're disappointing us, you're disappointing us. And they're like, "Well, yeah, I'm disappointed too." Let's see what else this is about here. See what kind of deets we can get. Yeah, 8 of wands. 8 of wands, that's here. Hey, Marissa, sorry if you haven't heard me, I've said it like 4 or 5 times, I'm so sorry, you might be going out and out. I don't have a question from you, as soon as I see your question, you'll be up next. But I didn't see a question, posted, at least it didn't show up on my end, so if you put something, if you'll repost it, you'll be up next. Um, so this 8 of wands energy is a lot of movement, a lot of like, you know, um, a lot of fire, a lot of movement of energy, people getting, um, I mean, it's like all of these are individuals that are, I don't know if like there's 8, but I feel like there's maybe 8 little sparks of fire that have been going on here. Yeah, and that's what and it had to do with them wanting to be by themselves and not wanting to do what everyone else wants to do here. This is that I'm gonna go do something by myself. "Ugh, what?" I'm gonna do something independently. I'm reflecting on things. Um, but I do feel here the 8 of candles is a lot about um messages from spirit. And the high priestess is about, communication with the spirit. So I feel like they've been dreaming about, if like someone who's passed, whether it's a dad or an uncle or a grandpa, feels like a masculine energy that they've been dreaming about him, thinking about him. And I feel like this is where they've been getting their strength from is from I need to be my own person. Now I see what's going on here. Um, Not so much now I see why you left, but it kind of feels like that in a way. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, page of gifts, page of pentacles. Yeah, this new opportunities. I want to do things differently is the big thing here too, especially around has to do around Christmas and tradition and all this is I'm going to go do something unique. And it just was like, I'm gonna go visit a cemetery. I'm gonna go visit their grave. What? Why would you wanna go visit that? I'm either gonna make peace with them or I'm gonna go, honor them or something. What? I just feel, Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So I feel like maybe they went to go visit their grave and um, visit it because, I do feel like they're realizing life's too short and, um, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see what else we've got here too. 5 of good cheer, yeah, trying to change their emotion from lower to higher. And that makes sense with this being their first Christmas without him there. And, yeah, the magus, the magician, this inspiration kind of energy, and the Knight of Candles, yeah, the Knight of Wands. And I feel like this is a sense of what's really putting a fire under their butt of, um, again, this life's too short to do what everyone else wants me to do. And I do feel like they've had dreams, where they're saying, just go do what you want to do. Be free, you know, um, kind of messaging, or at least waking up feeling this way. And if they can't remember their dreams, I feel like they're all there just kind of encouraging them to be brave and be true to themselves and, that kind, that's in there. So I like that. And then, yeah, Queen of Candles, Queen of Wands under the surface here, which is, all about she puts her mind to something with guidance from spirit and moves forward, the strong connection both emotionally and energetically to move forward here. And I feel like if this is in like I'm not gonna go to things I don't wanna go to, I'm not comfortable, all everyone does is argue and blah, 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 and I don't wanna, you know, have to live this type of thing, I'm like, I'm gonna buy an RV and I'm gonna travel around the United States. It's not that like that, but it would be something like someone telling their family this and their family going, "What? How irresponsible. Oh my god, how are you gonna do this? Have you thought this out?" But it's not that kind of that extreme, but to these other people it is. "What? You're gonna not do this?" Basically, it's you're not gonna do what we want you to do. You're not gonna act how we want you to act. You're not going to be our beck and call person. No, no, that's unacceptable, kind of energy. But I do feel like it's conversations with mother and et al. And company. And what's going to happen? Yep, the Four of Cups. They're bored here with what has happened before. And they're ready for this new inspiration that's coming from the heavens being handed to them here. They're bored with the same old from before. This is every 2 to 3 days, so, yeah, financial boredom, career, it's about innovation and motivation, vation. Love, it's about boredom and apathy. They're just they don't they were taught to feel so guilty all the time, emotionally that they're just, numb. That's apathy, right? Numb to, "Oh, no, yeah, crocodile tears. I see you crying, but I'm not being moved by it anymore because 'cause I'm realizing that's how you manipulated me, and the other people, how they would manipulate out of anger and all this. So I do feel like this is happening now where there's changes that they're making after every 2 to 3 days. They're deciding something new and, career, where I'm gonna live, what I'm gonna do, what kind of events I'm gonna go to, what I'm not, who I'm texting back, who I'm not texting back. I feel like it's a big revamp of things that's coming in for them there. So let's take a look here. Let's see what the fortune cookie is that comes in with this one. But it does feel like it's, just this um because everyone's asking them, especially now with all the holidays and New Year's and this and that. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. No, I don't have time for that. What? You make time. No, I'm not going to wear myself out. Do, right? And they're like, "What?" The first time people say, "Whoa," he kinda over, overswings, right? Instead of going, "No." Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Higher power. Definitely stepping in here, which is I am supported by a higher power that works beyond time, space, and my conscious understanding. So that is the connection to the higher world. They're realizing someone up there is watching out for me. Someone out there is nudging me and pulling me towards something, right? So I love that. So hopefully that brought enough clarity for you there. That's what they got for you, Crescent Moon. Thank you again for your dual donations. I greatly appreciate that. Interesting, right? All right, Marissa Smith, I see your question. Thank you so much. And yeah, and if in the future after you make a donation, if you just pop your question out, or if you include it in your donation, there's a place in PayPal, just information, no expectations. If you want to do that, makes it easy for you. Then I go directly as soon as you come up in order. Then I see your question and I complete it right away. If that's what you want to do, that's totally up to you. Just so that you don't have to, uh, worry about that in the future if you don't want. So there you go. All right. So, Marissa, thank you again for your donation via the PayPal. So, what can you expect to happen between Vaughn the Gemini and you, the Gemini woman, in 2026? Geminis unite. Take a look here. I just have this picture of twins dancing and switching partners. It's like when you're, because you have a lower, higher twins in each of you, right? It's like, who's dancing with who? Sometimes your higher self is dancing with their lower self. Sometimes their higher self is dancing with your lower self. Sometimes your lower self and their lower self are dancing, right? Sometimes your higher selves dance a lot in the ethereal because they're up there already. And they're like, yeah, we get along up here. So let's see what's coming in for 2026 based on current energies here for you. What do we have? Boom. I feel like we've got 4 quarters here. They like doing the quarters here. Let's see what's below the surface. So here's first quarter, second quarter. Feel like I want that one there, that one there. This is third quarter, fourth quarter. All right. And then these for the entire year. Let's see what we got here. Well, bottom of the deck, you got the 6 of canes, which is the 6 of swords. Imagine air energy coming out for Geminis. How could that be? But that's good. This is about movement that happens in 2026, letting some old ways of thinking go away, moving into new ways of thinking. That brings good movement and transformation, of course. Um, we'll see what all this is here, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And then these cards also represented the overall energy for the year. The bottom energy you have is the Hermit, Father Christmas. So there's a little bit of, I'd say, emphasis on making sure you're taking time for yourself, realizing that they're not my life. I have a life purpose of how I want to express my love to the world in my own special, unique way. And they can be along with me, but they're not my life, right? It's a good reminder that I am me and I am 100% complete with who I am. And I can share it with someone, but I don't have to, they don't have to become my life kind of energy, right? Um, let's see what the 3 cards were above that. Got the 3 of good cheer, the 3 of cups. So that's a joyful energy. It's a group energy. It's a tribal energy. You got the magus, the magician. How fast and how big things grow. I feel like the combination of the magician and the 3 of cups of joy is just a reminder when I choose joy, that draws in things faster and bigger and, you know, matching that higher vibration, right? Joy and gratitude and unconditional love. Also, when I focus on lower vibration, it draws in that lower vibration stuff faster and bigger too. I feel like the combination of all this, I feel like they're telling you next year is a big year. Well, it is the year of the fire horse in the Chinese zodiac, which is the fastest moving, you know, the fastest moving horse out of it all. So it's go, 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 go energy, right? So I feel like it's a big, expansive year. So be very aware of what we're focusing on because what we normally focus on comes in fast and big. But I feel like next year for you, everything's even faster than normal and bigger than normal. So it's like, all right, be very aware of where I'm focusing that, right? Yeah. And the Wheel of Fortune feels very, this is even your human realizes whatever unfolds is for you next year, um, which is good because the Wheel of Fortune does say whatever unfolds in our life is for us. But sometimes our human goes, "How is that for me?" Right? But with the Wheel of Fortune, it means even our human is going, "Oh, I see how that's for me." So I like that. All right. So quick rundown of your year, your first quarter. Yeah, you got the Eight of Gifts, Eight of Pentacles. So this is a lot of transformation happens in your first quarter between the two of you. A lot of putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. There's a lot of evolution. You see the fruits of your labor. Below the surface of that, yeah, there's a lot of clarity that comes in with the King of Canes, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Cups around self-love. There's a lot that comes in here, with that. So it feels like the first 3 months, maybe that's where a lot of this hermity energy comes in, is this focusing in on yourself and focusing on that joy and that higher vibration. You're shedding a lot of like the caterpillar stage when they turn to caterpillar soup and they're letting go of a lot of old beliefs to turn into the butterfly. I feel like the first 3 months are a lot of that beautiful clarity, seeing things from a different perspective that's setting you free from mindsets. And I feel like you're both going through that. A lot of must be a Gemini energy of shedding of old ways of thinking and embracing new ways of thinking. The second quarter, you do have the Three of Canes. Yeah, here's the expectations equal disappointment. So it feels like the second quarter really brings in some awareness of the old mindsets that are trying to come back that you're like, no, I'm not thinking that way anymore. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. These whispers coming back, right? And below the surface, yeah, you have the King of Good Cheer, which is the balance of your head and your heart, and the Sun card. Yeah. So I like this. Second quarter, it feels like you're putting into practice things that you've let go of. I'm not focusing on those things, those expectations, because that sucks the life out of things. I'm going to focus on gratitude. I'm going to focus on what I love about them, what I enjoy about them, what I love about our relationship, and who I am in the relationship, what it's bringing me. I'm focusing on that. This gets bigger. The other stuff, the stuff that's not matching the long list, these expectations, those are the things that feel lacking. And when we focus on those get bigger. So I feel like you're really putting into practice the second quarter of focusing on what you enjoying, not what you're not liking. Because you focus on what you're not liking, you get more not liking, right? So I feel like that's an important thing, like you're putting it into practice. Your third quarter, yeah, 10 of canes, 10 of swords, which is I'm of letting go of expectations. I'm tired of trying to be what everyone else has told us to be and trying to make you be who I think you should be or trying to be who I think you think I should be thinking, you know, I'm just going to focus on what I'm grateful for and love, focus on love and not, the fears, right? And I feel like that's the big release that happens in the third quarter. Underneath the surface, yeah, the 5 of canes, the 5 of swords, and the 5 of candles, the 5 of wands. So very big transformational month where you're recognizing through conflict and drama that I'm letting this stuff go. So it does feel like quite a year, making sense with you both being air signs. Excuse me, that you're letting go and doing a lot of releasing of stories so that you can create a story that has a happy ending instead of a story that ends in devastation, right? Then let's see what happens here in the fourth quarter. Yep, Queen of Good Cheer, Queen of Cups energy, very emotional, connected, empathic being. 10 of Candles, 10 of Wands, transformation of where you're investing your energy, and Page of Canes, higher way of thinking. So it does feel here that from an emotional state, she's the master of emotion, and that you're really, by the end of the year, the fourth quarter, that you guys are really focusing in on um, being aware of emotions and not investing energy in things that don't bring you guys joy, and a different way of thinking, a different way of looking at things, a higher communication that comes in here too. So it feels like here, and again, this is all based on current energies. If you do, you know, um, make the year that year of looking at things from a different perspective, letting go of old ways of thinking, um, look at new ways to communicate, um, see things differently instead of focusing in and on all the rules and supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's, all those opinions that we had growing up that just suck the life out of a relationship. You're going, I'm tired of thinking that way. I'm ready for new ways of thinking. And Gemini's, you guys very much love to learn and look at things differently. I'm reading an amazing book right now. I have it part of uh, my own development is to read a chapter, or if it's a long chapter, at least half a chapter a day in books. And the one I'm in right now is called The Next Conversation. Argue Less. Is it called Communicate More? It's around here somewhere. But it's by, let me think. His last name's Fisher. What is his first name? Here, I got it here somewhere. Let me grab it here. I have it here somewhere. Let me pull it over here on this computer. Because it's an amazing book, because it's about how to approach a conversation. And of course, Geminis love communicating. It's such an amazing thing. Jefferson Fisher. Is that right? The Next Conversation. Yes. The Next Conversation by Jefferson Fisher. He's also on Instagram under his name Jefferson Fisher. I think it's Fischer. If you're on Instagram too. But I feel like that's it's about growth and learning different ways to communicate and seeing things differently, because you can't keep doing what you've always done and expect something different. There definitely has to be transformation. Otherwise, it just continues a downward spiral, right? Yeah, look at two little birdies eating from a hand, prosperity. And it says, I attract prosperity with ease while maintaining peace, balance, and spiritual alignment. So that's like an affirmation, one of your affirmations for 2026. So hopefully that helps, Marissa. That's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. All right. We had Sonali Thakur come in. Hello, hello. Merry Christmas to you. We'll add you onto the list here. We have Johanna up next, and then you'll be up after that for donations. Don't think anyone else came in. Nope. All right. So, Jojo, you are up. Here is your second time stamp. Here's both of them together. You like to stay organized. There we go. All right. So thank you. Ooh, let me give that a love and a like since it lets me. I'll give that here. And did GK think about me on Christmas? All right, we'll take a look here. Cheers to you. Take a sip. One more. Get these shuffle. Get into your energies. All right. So did GK. All right. Cars come flying out. Did they think about you on Christmas? All right. Got those. This one. This one. That one. All right. Well, we do have the Queen of Canes on the bottom of the deck, and the Queen of Canes is the Queen of Swords, which is a balance between head and heart. It is somewhat of a card of like a good counterpart, someone who fits very well. So if this was any kind of previous romantic kind of connection, um, it doesn't have to even be a romantic one. It's just someone thinking about how how well you connect with each other. And so that would be a yes, that they did think about it. I do feel like, I mean, we've got the Tower card on the bottom, which is the removal of someone out of your life on purpose, for a purpose, underneath that Lovers card, which is an important relationship that you had, but that's below, and it's showing that it was a removal kind of out of your life, at least momentarily, if not uh, you know, forever more in this lifetime. But it does feel like they did think about you, but then they're like, they did, but they were removed, for you for that, right? So I like that. All right. That was the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, two of canes, two of swords. Yeah, it's like they were thinking about each other. You guys were thinking about each other um, on Christmas. So it does the Two of Swords, that is telling me that. And let's see what these 5 cards are. Yep, 6 of Good Cheer. Thinking about the past, the emotional past. The Star card. Yep, it's like a dream come true energy, wishing upon a star. We do have the 3 of Gifts, the 3 of Pentacles, which is about being true to one's authentic self, creativity. What else? The 8 of Gifts, doing the work, transformational energy, and the 3 of Swords. Yeah, expectations equal disappointment here. I feel like with all of these, I just feel like if there was a falling out or something here, it does feel like there's like a wish that things could be like they were. And but it's saying here you couldn't be true to your authentic self, that you've transformed into a butterfly and they wish you were back being a caterpillar. And you're like, "Ain't going back. You can't make me." And so that's that heartache, that disappointment energy that's there. We'll take a look here. Where's this leading to? Yeah, King of Swords, King of Canes. In their head a lot around this. I feel like they've been thinking a lot around this. Temperance and the Ace of Gifts. Yeah. Feel like here, whatever kind of relationship or situation, it does feel like they've been thinking about, well, just a matter of time. We'll come back around again. We'll come back around again. It'll happen. We'll come back around again. It'll come back around again. It's like, mm, I don't know. you know, they're like, when people are moved out of our lives on purpose for a purpose, we can just know that if they are meant to come back in, they will. But I feel like more so they're like, they don't want you to be, a butterfly, and they don't wanna go through the work to become one, so they want you to, they want you to go back the way things used to be, if that makes sense. They don't like you evolved, if that if that, if that makes sense. So interesting. So, yes, they did think about you, but They always like to tell us more, don't they? And you've got yeah, because here you are, empowered, a force to be reckoned with. Don't mess with the empowered, right? And it says, I command my energy with grace and authority, creating the reality I desire. Yeah, it's like the Queen of Wands energy, yielding your fire. They don't like you empowered because it, makes them feel disempowered because they don't know if they used to be able to manipulate a little bit. Um, and now you're like, no, that doesn't bother me anymore. I've disconnected that. That's not my trigger anymore. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Hopefully that resonates. Many blessings. Thank you again for your dual donations. Oh, hey, that's what you've been thinking? Oh, yeah, he was removed. Hey, Dab Dab. Yeah, he was removed. Sorry, I didn't see you typing down here. I don't think uh, the chat was moving. I just scrolled down. Oh, hey. Yeah, and that's alright. That when someone's removed out of our life, I know. It's like, "Oh, but then when the new comes in, right?" And that has to do with their own insecurities, below the surface and what is meant for you and, um, so, you know, we can trust it's always for us in some way, somehow, right? Alrighty. So that is what they got for you, my dear, my dear. Thank you again. Many blessings. Happy holidays. All right. And then Sonali Thakur, you are up. Let's grab your time stamp. There you go. And we can give your donation a love and a like since it lets me do it on those. So Merry Christmas to you. So current thoughts and intentions towards you. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So current thoughts and intentions. Thoughts. I'm also going to look at emotions because emotions can be different than their thoughts. And then what are their intentions? Because quite often the mind is keeping the heart in solitary confinement. That's going on there. You were kind of in love with him just a little. I know, right? Oh. All right, let's take a look here. Well, we do have here on the bottom of the deck, Sonali, we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups energy, this is called the Six of Good Cheer. There is some emotions. This is like emotions coming back from the past or returning kind of emotions is what I'm getting for your reading here. I don't normally get this. It's interesting that the smoke coming out of the chimney up here is what's standing out to me. And they're showing me, you know, thanks for calling me out. But, it happens to us all. I was young. I was a young teenager. And my parents told me to light a fire. And so I went to light a fire. And I know you're supposed to check to make sure the little fluke or whatever's open so the smoke will go out. I lit it and it's going, and all of a sudden all the smoke is going through the house. And I'm like, oops, you know, and that's what I'm reminding. It's like some of the after effects of some burnt up emotions. It's like the smoke is filling the room. And so that's kind of, if that makes sense, it's like there is a resurgence and it's like, but it's like you have smoke on your clothes. You're like, wow, I smell like smoke. And so I feel like there's reminiscing of emotional experiences that are coming up, if that makes sense. It's funny how they went around it. Okay, their thoughts. Yeah, 8 of candles. There is a lot of energy, a lot of passion, energy coming in with the 8 of candles, a sense of urgency, a sense of movement, energy. It sits below here. That's their thinking is things need to go faster, things need to go in a direction, things need to change kind of energy is their mind. Things can't be this way. Things need to change. The emotions below, yeah, Queen of Good Cheer. So they do have a ton of emotion, even though they don't show it. And yeah, the Eight of Canes. Here's that Eight of Swords holding the heart hostage. So they do have a lot of emotions, but as I was saying, the Eight of Swords is about these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. And that's what their heart wants to leap. The heart is full, but the mind is clamping down, keeping the heart in a cage out of fear, because they fear being hurt again and they fear like they won't be able to um you know, be able to move forward and not be hurt because that's their experiences, right? That's what the mind tries to do. But let's see here what their intentions are. What is their mind agreeing to be able to do? Yeah, the Krampus, the devil card with the Four of Canes, the Four of Swords. So there is a lot of energy here. They are going through, whenever you get the devil card, it's Capricorn, Saturn energy, which is all about questioning of long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve anymore. That's shaking things up. That cage that the heart is kept in by the mind is shaking and rattling because the bars that are holding the heart hostage are the mindsets and the stories. These are being questioned, so the bars are being rattled. Some are falling away because they're seeing them as untruths, which, the heart has a leg out. I can think I can squeeze through here. It's like, not yet. It's getting there though with that Four of Swords, because that is peace of mind and putting some of these long held expectations and beliefs to rest. So they have been working. Didn't we get readings on them before where they're really caught up in their mind and their world is being shaken? This feels familiar, but I feel like this is what showing progress is being made. So like it's not as bad as it was before, or that's a judgment of bad. It's there's not as many bars keeping it in there. Still enough that it keeps the heart contained. It still doesn't have enough where it can slip out and escape, but it's still being held captive. Yeah, and it is around lack, not this fear of not being enough, this fear of rejection, of being left behind, being left out in the cold. It's the 5 of gifts, the 5 of pentacles, and it comes down to that. That's one of the big things they're overcoming is having been told you're not enough, you're not good enough, you don't deserve this, and it happened when they were younger, and it's just been rippling and vibrating out in their world, right? Yeah, all of this is pointing them back to their self-love with the Ace of Cups. So I don't feel like the mind is allowing intentions yet. Let me give you a kind of based on current energies. Let's look at a when. When will they be doing that? Yeah, here, Ace of Swords. Seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away those bars, those barriers. Let's see here, based on current energies. Okay, thank you. When will we have a change of mindset? Yeah. We got the high priestess and the 4 of wands. So they are right now with the high priestess. They're up away in their high priestess tower, high priest tower, communicating with spirit, looking behind the veil, diving deep into their emotions. That's that kind of if you feel like they're pulled back and kind of away in their little own world, that's what they're doing with that there. And that says every 2 to 3 days for the time period, which they are. If you feel any, it's like they're probably going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you're like, "I'm getting whiplash," right? But you have the 4 of wands, which is the joy, the celebration. even wedding. They come out, "We're getting married, what?" I don't know. But it's April 5th to April 29th right now, which is where they get that, stability and, where, it's more joyful energy and that's, the more movement forward and maybe asking you to go to an event or a gathering of some sort, but, I feel like that's the time period we're looking at right now as far as, you know, getting more of that balanced sense of things. And then, it's always based on current energy, and if we, like if we're focusing on what they're not doing and how long it's taking and, lack energy, like their fear is not being enough, not having enough, lack. When we focus in on what expectations aren't being fulfilled or what's not happening, we get more of that, right? But if we focus, what do I love about what we do have right now, what we have had? What are the things I love and I'm ungrateful for? The more we're grateful for it, the more that kind of stuff grows too. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here for that. Let's see what we got going in here. Here we go. And you've got, yeah, there's a timeline shift. Yeah. So this is like us saying we can shift timelines by our energy. And it says, I collapse all timelines of limitation and consciously choose the reality that resonates with my highest joy and fulfillment. So I love that. That's changing the timeline from, to me, focusing on lack and taking the long way around. I focus on gratitude and whoosh, I get there faster. So I love that for you. So hopefully that helps, Sonali. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. I love it. Changing timelines. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. Hey, Just Janelle. Hello. Merry Christmas to you. All right. I don't see a question from you yet. So if you put one out there, I'll add you to the free list here. I think we just finished up donations. I'm going to take a quick sip here. Ooh, that hot. Turn that down a little bit. Wow, steam. All right. So happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up. Does help spread the Zen love. All right. Shuffle these up and get into the free readings. All righty. All right. Well, I did get a donation, so we will jump to that first, and then we'll get to free readings. Psych! The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. That's right. Deb, thank you so much for your donation. I do see, I did get an email here from you. I haven't, of course, read it yet. So I'll check that. Oh, no, not at all. Don't apologize. I appreciate the support for sure. So here's your timestamp. You don't know to apologize at all. We'll give that a love and a like there. Saying this is how I afford my lovely coffee and my food. Actually, my host buys the coffee. She's so generous. She's so good to me, I tell you. All right. So Deb, how'd Mar do at future in-laws today? All right, let's take a look here and look at the overall energy. We're so focusing on Mar specifically, right? Pics of your gift. Oh, all right. Now I have to look. I'll look up over here on the big screen. Oh, wow. It's a chakra tree, right? That is beautiful. Very nice. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, I saw that. You're like, "Oops, it's alright. Don't feel bad, I do that all the time." Or at least I used to do it all the time when I worked. I used to be like they're like, you said that you were sending the spreadsheet, but I don't see a spreadsheet." Oh, god, hold on." Alright. Let's see what went on here at the little gathering today. Ooh, okay. You know, well, we have the bottom of the deck. We do have the 5 of canes, the 5 of swords. There was conflict here. We'll see if the conflict made it out, but there was conflict between head and heart here for him here. And we do have what I love is that that was the bottom of the deck. The underlying energy is there was conflict that was kind of, I feel like in waves. It was like ebb and flow and ebb and flow. But the 2 of swords was the first card that came out for the reading that made itself known right away. Um, and that is the choice of story. And I do feel like they've been working on how how I how I change my story about them and about things. So I feel like they've been really learning, Mar has, on it's not about what's happening in the outside world. This is what tells me, this is what triggers me, not that. That just is. But my triggers in here. So when I have a problem, I'm not having a problem with them. I'm having problematic thoughts. And I feel like they're learning that. And I feel like this was a good opportunity for me to purposely change my story as Mar when I'm sitting in their energy. Let's see how they did. Wow. Yeah, we got the stability of the 4 of Pentacles and the Empress too, which is mothering and nurturing, um, creating something. So I like this energy, being nurturing myself, being true to myself, creating, again, kind of energy. Um, yeah, in this 4 of Pentacles, it just feels like home. It feels safe and secure, which is interesting because this is reminding me of, like, inner child, right? I mean, literally, there's a baby inside that belly, and it's this feeling of safety, and I feel like their inner child didn't feel like it was threatened because she's different. She's in more, um, I feel like she's in her I don't know, it just feels like she's in a safe space and a different mindset, right? Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah. Well, someone was murdered. No, I'm just kidding. And the 10 of good cheer. Yeah. So there was a rebirth, ending, beginning energy, and the 10 of cups, right? Which is all about joy and celebration and this ending and beginning energy just feels like a new start. It feels like something changed. It just feels like the emotional energy changed. But it's because she changed. Mara is different. So I feel like they're seeing things differently, right? Let's see what's underneath here. Yeah, Ace of Good Cheer, Ace of Cups. So that's happiness, self-love energy. 6 of Gifts, 6 of Pentacles. This balancing, equal giving and receiving. energy under the surface of that. Yeah. Hanged man. So there has been transformation and there has been this seeing things from a different perspective energy that they've been learning. And I feel like they just went in with a different mindset here. So it looks good. Let's see what this kind of progression energy is over here. Because we've got 2 and 1 and 3, which is an interesting combo because you 1, 2, 3, but it's 2 cards and then 1 card and then 3 cards underneath. So it feels like things have been counting down, but the thing that there's still a little bit below the surface with this 3 energies that feel like are below the surface that they're still working on, but there's been progress in the outside. And the first thing here is, yeah, the star card. So there's this balancing energy. Yeah, and the 8 of pentacles. So the 2 cards that came out together, very much about balance, transformation, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, getting the reward. So even though it may feel like she feels sometimes she goes in circles, she's going in a spiral upward and instead of downward. And so there has been progress and she'll go, "Oh god, where do those wings come from?" Because I'm a butterfly now. So I like that. What else is happening here? Yeah, the child, the rebirth, seeing things differently, seeing things with possibility instead of expectations. Yeah. So it feels like she's changed. So her perception of the outside world would change. If she goes in there with an open mind and without expectations and just going for the adventure, then she won't be disappointed and she won't be triggered. Um, yeah. In her mind, right? Everyone behaved, or she doesn't have as many rules that judge people as misbehaving, basically not doing what I think they should be doing, right? Instead, we free them and go, they can be themselves, just like I can be myself. And when I release myself from all these rules, I release everyone else too. Let's see what's below the surface that she's still working on. Yeah, 3 of good cheer, feeling like a tribe, feeling like they belong. The 5 of candles, the drama, the conflict, the conflicting energy, and the 10 of gifts, the 10 of pentacles. Yeah, feeling like a family. I feel like is what she's resisting, um, or she feels that there is this because the 5 of wands, the 5 of candles, in addition being drama and change of energy, is also a friends and groups. So I feel like, oh, the let them book. Yeah, maybe she's letting them and realizing that. That would be great if that would definitely do this kind of energy. But I feel like instead of y I feel like what's below the surface that she's still working on is that they need to do these certain things to show me that I'm accepted, that I'm part of the tribe, that we're all together, but the acceptance she's looking for is in here, not out there, right? So I like that. But all 3 of those, the thing underneath is they're not doing the things that show me I'm acceptable, but in their mind, they are. What? Yeah, because that's the way they know it. It's like, yeah, you razz people you love. If I didn't care about you, I would just be all, "Oh, hi, honey. Bless your heart." In the South, that means "Screw you," right? But, um, you know, they do show their love of their child, right? They love their child very much, and it's like we understand that people can only give as much love as they have for themselves, and so they don't love themselves a whole lot, and so they're giving what they can, And when we realize that, I feel like that's what she's gonna realize below the surface. Yeah, look at this, oh my god. So true friendship. They're not dogs. It says, "I attract true friends and allies on my journey, choosing to blend my energy with souls who amplify and uplift me." So I love that. I love this energy. This is like their affirmation, true friendship. So I like that. I like it, Deb. Beautiful. So, yeah, I like you said, I feel like it seemed to gone well because I feel like they're more grounded and they're focusing more inward than they are outward, right? So I like that. So fun, fun, fun. Another reason why I'm glad I'm single. All right. And we had Michelle Smith come in. Hey, Michelle. Merry everything and happy happy always. Yeah, not happy holidays, right? I'll add yours onto the free list here, like a general reading. Blessings to you. I like that. Merry everything and happy always. Perfect. All right. So, cheers, everybody. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. Merry Christmas. Thank you again for your donation, Deb. All right. So, I think that it is it for donations for now. So, we will dive in here um, for some free readings. We'll jump to the top here. All right. So up first, we do have Moncloa. You are up. I think this hat is shedding because I'm like, I can feel little pieces on my face. That's like keep on. All right. So thank you so much for your thumbs up. I appreciate that. So a general for the next 7 days. What does Spirit have for you here? Okay, we got that one. And for those of you new to the channel, the free readings are just 1 to 2 card readings, so those go a little faster as well. Oh, wow, look at this. You got the Chariot and the Sun card. So 2 major arcana energies. So this is a beautiful, beautiful energies for this next 7 days. The Sun card, of course, being one of the most abundant, bright cards in the deck, abundance wise, and shining bright light on things. It's a warmth feeling. And I like that here for you. You have the Chariot card, which is movement and victory as well. So 2 victory cards together coming out is very auspicious. And I like this. The underlying energies of Leo and Cancer coming in. You have a Cancer full moon coming up on January 3rd. So we're probably already feeling that energy. It's a powerful combo. The moon rolls over the sign of Cancer. So definitely feel this energy that is coming in here. But because you got moon and sun energy right next to each other too, which have an amazing relationship. And take this how you will with it, because the sun, we can't look directly into it. It's too bright. But the moon, when it's full, especially reflects the sun so that we could look at the sun's energy with our eyes without burning out our corneas or whatever it does. We can be like, wow, look at the how beautiful, right? And I like this reflection energy that's coming in here, allowing you to see things as it comes in. It's like you're being moved into, with this chariot movement energy, being moved into something slowly so that it's not a wow. I like it. Just step by step, trust that things are unfolding for you for your biggest health, your biggest ease of moving into something. Um, The Cancer Mother Moon energy was really standing out for me too. So there's a big nurturing energy that's coming in, has something to do with mother energy, either how you relate to mother or being a mother, kind of energy that comes in with this combo as well. You do have the power of choice with the chariot, which realize that I feel like you have this abundance that's coming in, and the more that you choose higher vibration of gratitude and unconditional love and laughter and play, that higher vibration, the bigger things are that come to you, and it even speeds things up. The more we focus on lack or want or need or fears, that slows things down and shrinks things down too. So, something to be aware of as you're coming into these next 7 days. So that's what they got for you, Moncloa. Many blessings to you. Right, touch of love. You are up. Hello, hello. So there is your timestamp there. So what's the energy between Rex and you? We text, but is there anything I need to know from spirit? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, and this here. So we've got the 5 of good cheer and the 10 of good cheer. Yeah, I mean, you've got the 5 of cups, which is a kind of a sorrow energy, and the 10 of cups, which is a joy energy. And I feel like the biggest thing that spirit is just reminding you here is that um, whatever you choose, it is whatever you choose emotion. What they mean by that is because we can choose every moment. I can choose sorrow or I can choose joy, right? And they're saying no one makes you feel any particular way. What? What? I know. When Spirit told me that, I'm like, "Well, why do I get pissed off when they do that then? Didn't they just make me feel that way?" And they're like and then Spirit, because Spirit and I have a very honest relationship, they're like, "Do you like being a puppet to the outside world?" "No." "Then why don't you take your power back?" And they're like, "Well, tell me." And then they showed me through my life that if I'm we're taught this growing up anyways. So, every human we experience, when this happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. So when that happens, I feel this way. And I think, well, it's because of that happened that I'm feeling this way. No, it's because we were taught growing up when that happens, this is how you have to feel. And we go, really? And they're like, yep, all right. Then they keep reinforcing it, and then I start taking it on as my own opinion. Then my it becomes my reaction and my habit to feel a certain way when certain things happen, but I can break that habit just like I break any other habit through repetition of a new way. I learned the old way of feeling through repetition. I learned the new way through repetition as well. And I feel like this is about emotional power, realizing that no one makes me feel anyway. People do all sorts of stuff. And depending on the story that I put to it, I get the emotional soundtrack that I have that goes with it. So if I feel like, oh, they're doing that and I'm supposed to that means I'm not worthy and this makes me feel sad or upset or whatever it is that's attached to it, or maybe there's a variety of emotions. But I am the one who gets to choose that. I'm hitting play on that emotional, um, the play button on my heart to play that emotional song, right? That goes along with that movie. And so this is a kind of a message of stepping into your emotional power, realizing that you're the only one that gets to choose how you feel, and no one makes you feel anything that you don't choose to feel. And that's empowering. And that allows us to go, I can choose to be happy for no reason at all. No one can take it away from me. That's my power. And I love that for you. So I think that's all that for right now. All right. Many blessings to you. Touch of love. All right. User PC. Hello, hello. You are up. Here is your time stamp, and you wanted a general reading. So let's see what spirit has for you today. What is happening in the wonderful world of user PC? All right. They do want that one and this one. Thank you. And you've got the magician and the 8 of good cheer. I felt this stuck energy when I was trying to shuffle. And I like this 8 of cups because it's a flowing energy. And the magician, of course, the magus, is about your power to flow your emotional energy. Because I was shuffling the cards and they wouldn't go. And they're like, well, take this card and this card. These are the things that get things flowing again. The 8 of cups, 8 of good cheer is about, walking away from relationships with humans that don't serve you anymore and releasing old emotions that don't serve you anymore. And the reason why is because 'cause you're building up your emotional bank for something. Either if you're not in a relationship right now, it's to help prepare you to have your emotional bank full to invest in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, this could be a best friend or a passion project, but you're being guided here to build up your emotional bank to prepare you for something. We do that by questioning the relationships we have with people where we're giving 70, 80, 90% of the emotional energy into a relationship, only getting back 10, 20, 30% consistently, right? A healthy relationship is flexible. It goes back and forth, and there's days I can give 10 and they give 90, and then there's days I give 90 and they give 10. And the days we both can give 90, we're like, woohoo. And the days we can only give 10 each, we kind of patiently, move through it, knowing that we're going to get back. It's going to balance out. We're fine. We had, we built up when we were 90-90 giving to each other. It really, opened up an overage in it built up the emotional bank. But that's the healthy relationship. These other ones where we're always giving, and it's adult, not children, right? Children are different. We pour a lot into them until they're old enough, and then when we become adults, it's all about you know, equalish giving and receiving back and forth, not just pouring it in. And so there might be some you already know. They're out, right? I'm gonna let these relationships fall away. I'm gonna stop investing in them, and there's some like, well, I don't want it to go away, but I don't want to give this much energy. I can drop it back to 50%. And if they don't make up the difference, it'll drift away and then you can take back the rest, right? Some you might back off because we taught them always the one reaching out. We're always the one doing it when we stop or back up a couple steps that allows them the space to give. And some people do that, right? But this is about releasing those that no longer serve and emotions that we've stuffed down, those that we've had since we were 7 years old and younger. That's when our emotional body is created, and we have a lot of emotions like anger and sadness that we weren't allowed to express because no one wants an angry crying baby or child. They want happy, smiling children usually, right? So what do? We don't know. We push those emotions down. We don't want to get punished. We don't want to lose that ice cream and lose our praise. So we push those things down. And this is all that energy of, and that's what the magician is you have the power to go in and clear this stuff out and raise that. But it's in your hands to do that, to allow this building up, this kind of opening the pipelines, getting rid of some clogs to allow the emotions to flow. And then that allows you to fill up your emotional bank, which then your heart doesn't allow new things to come in if it doesn't have the expenditure of emotional energy to be able to invest. So I like that for you. So if that resonates, use your PC. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up. Tells me you enjoy your free readings and the messages from Spirit here too. So you can give me some love in the channel. So I'm very grateful for that. You are part of the love tsunami, and that does allow more people to find our beautiful Zen friends. So thank you for that. All right. Take a quick sip here. Hey, Valerie, good to see you. You actually will be up next. Since you put your question out, we will jump to you. But for the sake of time, I'm going to jump to Ateshi Singro for their free reading here. Hello, hello. Hi, ho, ho. Merry, Merry Christmas. Good to see you. All right, Ateshi, Merry Christmas to you too. Will Hugh Lee and you go to Luigi's tomorrow? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you guys go? Okay. Oh, they want this one too. All right. All the cards falling all over the place. Okay. That's funny. We've got the Two of Swords, and then I like the Judgment card because it's the naughty list, has the naughty and nice list here. And the Two of Canes is it could go either way. It's naughty and nice, and it could go either way. I feel here because there's the Two of Canes is showing two different routes. But one, I feel like there's this nudge to go somewhere else, somewhere that's a higher, more in a alignment, you know, for um like your highest experience kind of energy. So it feels like Luigi's is this way, but I feel like something calls you guys somewhere different that's even a better experience because it feels like there's two routes here, but I just feel like there's a naughty and a nice list, and Luigi's is on the naughty list. There's something nicer for you guys. So I feel like that's more where it goes. So I like it. So something changes there in the plans. All right. So many blessings to Ateshi. All right. So footwork, Valerie. Thank you so much, Val, for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like here. All right. And here is your timestamp. I think it was 218. I didn't grab it when I started chatting. So I think you're at 218. And thank you so much for your donation. I hope you're having a great holiday. We need like a general reading, so we'll see what Spirit has here for you. We'll just shuffle these up. One more time. That was a kind of a sorry one. You loved your day. Oh, I'm so grateful. Wonderful, wonderful. A lot of love in the air, right? All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know here? We got this here, this here. I feel like we want this one. Not those. We do want that one up here. This one here. That there. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Got the Knight of Candles. So the Knight of Candles is the Knight of Wands, which is a quest for power, but it's also the fastest moving horse here. And we do have the fire horse that we're moving into in 20 February of 2026. And it's a very much action and movement energy, and I feel like this is the kind of energy that's coming in. I feel like this year, this coming year for you is going to be very fast moving. A lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of growth, a lot of expansion that comes in, especially when we hit the ground running like in February, but I feel like you're already getting pulled into this energy of fire for 2026. And where most of humanity, a lot of humanity will feel it when we start into it in February. I feel like you're feeling it already. I feel like there is this expansion, this movement, this I don't know, it's almost like if Superman flew very fast. They're showing me from The Matrix, if you ever watched The Matrix, when Neo, he's doing his flying in the air thing, and he's flying fast to rescue Trinity, the love of his life, and he's flying through the city, this, make believe city that they existed in the Matrix, right? But all this stuff is being pulled along behind him. That's what I feel like you're being pulled along already. The fire hose is on their way, and you're like, I'm already behind it and flowing in there. So I like that. So let's see what else we have here. You have the Three of Candles. Yeah, the Three of Wands. I do feel like there is gonna be a little bit of a change that comes in here where you're realizing, "Wow, I'm gonna go a different way." Not like a completely 180? Yeah, because 360 is complete round. So not a 180 and go in the direction, but more of a psh, psh. And I feel like there is this, um, like you pick up wanting to do something else, and you might even this might even be a third thing, because I feel like you might have 2 things going already, and I feel like you even pick up a third thing, because you have so much energy and so much stuff that comes in with that. Let's see what else they can tell us here. Yeah, you got the sun card. Look, ice skating. You have 3 already. All right. Wow. And here's ice skating. Hmm, hmm. And you have the 3 of swords too. Normally, the 3 of swords is like an expectations equal disappointment. But here is the 3 things. And I just feel like you're just going to expand. If you already have 3 things, then you're just expanding within them, looking at doing them differently, new ideas that are coming in, expansion that's coming in. Let's see what's below the surface of these here. Yeah, 3 of gifts, creativity. Look at all these threes and the 2 of canes. Yep. Here's the, uh, a different story or um, a different, a different way of looking at things with the 2 of swords. So it definitely is this um the 2 of swords can be like a battle between the head and the heart. And so some of what you might be doing is adding a more of your heart to it, a little more of your creativity, being even more authentic to what you're doing. It's like pouring your heart more into it. Not that you're not putting your heart and life into these things, but this is, and teach private skating. Oh, I love it. But I feel like it's adding your creativity to it, through your heart, kind of that's coming in here. Wow, you got 1, 2, 3 cards with 1 underneath. That's what this is about. Yeah, you got the Justice card. Definitely seeing things from a different perspective, and it's like from a different it's like getting rid of some old ways of thinking and looking at things from a higher perspective that help balance things out. Less stress, less fear around something. So I feel like you're gonna get some clarity and some good whatever is the most stressful out of the 3, you get to see things differently and from a higher perspective, something less from opinion, something less from fear, something less from lack, and something from joy, creativity, and something exciting that comes in that gives you an opportunity there. Yeah, the King of Candles too. This is the entrepreneur piece. So, if this would be your baby that you're creating, this would probably be number 2, the skating program, because this is that entrepreneur of I'm choosing what I'm putting into it. And again, there's this energy with the King of Wands, which is the King of Candles in this deck, which is clearing away all that mindset and all the opinion of everyone, having them step out and go, "What do I wanna do? How do I wanna do it?" Because it's those pioneers who wanna do things differently that are the game changers, right? That change things. So I really like that. And then you have yeah, and then you have the Ace of Canes, the Ace of Swords, which would be teaching. Here's teaching private skating. That's helping people see things differently. I like this because I feel like one of the things that really stands out is how you don't just teach the same thing to everyone. You adjust and adapt to each individual, sensing more. And I feel like this is something that you're developing more and more and more is that you're teaching them like you're learning to really sense empathically people's emotions, where they're coming from. And instead of going, well, like I could teach them this way, or this way, but for this person, this is the best one. For this person, this is the best one. They're like, people are like, how do you know? You're like, I just know. And that's what I feel like you've been developing more and more and more and more, and something to recognize that it's okay. I'm going to trust your gut when you're um teaching privately. Go, I know what this person needs, and I'm going to trust my gut, and I'm going to get creative around how I'm going to, teach them. And that's going to be different from their twin brother, over here, because they're different. I can sense it. They need this. They need, like, this one needs more discipline. This one needs more support and uplifting. And that. You just know it. And I love that. Below the surface of all that, yep, Queen of Canes. Here's this wonderful Queen of Swords who balances the head and the heart. And that's the whole thing here. It's allowing yourself, and I feel like this is a bravery that you've been developing more and more and more, where you're stepping in, allowing your heart and your creativity to step forward, um, instead of the mind that keeps us, it's like the old German joke, knock knock, and and they're all, "Snack, we will ask the questions." It's like, "No, no, it's a compassionate side that comes in." It's like, "No, I'm not gonna just let the mind, be a bully. I'm gonna let my heart, to express itself too." So I love that. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. I love this for you. So a year of expansion, follow your passions, let your heart lead the way. Don't be afraid to, you know, do things differently, because you're a pioneer, and that's what pioneers do. Yep. And then you have a divine destiny. Trust it. Trust it. It says this is like an affirmation empowering deck, oracle deck. And it says, I step fully into my divine destiny, walking the path of my soul's highest evolution. I love that. Especially, I know footwork is doing uh, the ice skating or the skating, but stepping and walking energy. It's like, yes, that's right. So I love that for you, footwork. Hopefully that resonates there for you. Many blessings. So good to see you. All right. Take a look here. Thought I saw. Oh, no, that was it. Okay. And we have Sudeshna Ghosh in the house. Hey, Sudeshna, good to see you. Happy holidays. And let's grab your timestamp here. So thank you for your donation. There it is. I'm going to give that a love and a like since it lets me. And so the next 72 hours for you. All right. You're very welcome, Footwork. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So let's take a look here, Sudeshna. The next 72 hours. So we've got day 1, day 2, okay, day 3. And what's the underlying energies under day 1? We've got day 2, day 3. And then overall for the 3 days, we've got some new beginning energy on the bottom of the deck. We've got the Fool card. So the Fool card is an energy all about being the first card in the major arcana. It's full of possibilities, letting expectations go, allowing things just to unfold in a kind of go with the flow energy. Let the birth happen. It's like the soul stepping off into the little baby that's in the womb, allowing itself just to grow and experience and sit kind of energy here. It's almost like being an observer over these next 3 days. The other energy for these is the 9 of gifts. Yeah. Got the 9 of pentacles, which is an independence energy. Just so you know, underneath the Fool card, you also had the Hermit, the number 9. So there is a little bit of kind of stepping back, allowing yourself just to watch people. You can still be around people, but it's like talk less, don't step out first, allow other people, observe and watch other people, let other people step up, let other people do things, let other people talk and solve and whatever, and just watch and hear what you hear, pick up what you sense, as well. I feel like it's a big kind of just, let me see, what are people thinking and feeling and saying and acting? And, it's like being the sober person at a party. When you're not drunk and you're watching everyone else, you learn a lot. All right. That doesn't have to be literally, but that's kind of the analogy. Day 1, you do have the 6 of gifts, 6 of pentacles. It is an abundant energy. It's a giving and receiving energy. Below the surface on that, you do have the page of candles, page of wands energy. This is a little bit of, I don't know, investing energy and looking at, why do I feel the urge that I have to give so much to deserve so little? And this kind of fits into this other is, I'm not going to be the one that does this and 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 does this. And I'm going to just kind of allow other people to step up, whether that's at work or family or friends or wherever. It's, I'm not going to be the one that exhausts myself. I am allowed to receive as well. It's a strong energy, right? So that's day 1. Day 2, you've got the 8 of canes, the 8 of swords, and the 3 of candles. Yeah, the 3 of wands. I like this because the 8 of swords is an energy about, stepping back from the thoughts and the beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, those that made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. And in doing that, this allows you to, with this new information, with that 3 of wands, it's you choose to go a different route than you normally would. You do things differently, you go to different places, you act differently by this information. Like whatever you're gleaning and learning, as you take off this blinder, it feels like you're seeing things clearly on day 2 about how I'm the one always doing everything. And if I don't, other people do it. Other people step up. And in a way, you might be teaching other people not to do things because you always do it. But when you give other people a chance, then they grow and they feel appreciated. And you're like, that's a gift that you can give them, is allowing them to be able to do things and to feel that feeling, right? Under the surface, yeah, Ace of Canes, which is the Ace of Swords, which is new clarity, seeing things differently and going, I'm going to look at this as that I'm going to allow other people to give to me because you love how it feels when you give to others. But when you're like, no, 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 you shouldn't have, that is cheating them out of that opportunity of feeling good. So in receiving, you're actually giving a gift. I know that's the way that spirit had to show it to me too, because I was a huge overgiver and I didn't want anyone to give to me at all. Um, because one, it scared the crap out of me because I was using my giving as a definition of my worth. If I couldn't give, I was worthless. But when they said, "But do you know how good you feel when you give?" Yeah, well, you're giving the gift of that to them by allowing them to give to you. And I was like, "Oh, so I'm still giving and I get to receive at the same time too. That works." That's day 2. Day 3, ooh, mistletoe, that's the Lover's card, power of emotional choice, and the King of good cheer, the King of cups. You know, I feel like on day 3, there is this important relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. I know mistletoe, but, um, the combination of these, the King of cups is someone very balanced between head and heart that you meet that really just feels like, wow, we really mesh well together. Could be a friend, best friend, can be romantic too. But I do feel like there's an opportunity here on day three where you do meet someone important um, for your life here. What's below the surface? Yeah, you got the Empress, birthing creativity, mother nature, mother nurturing energy. So it feels very, um, I mean, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of sensuality, a lot of this draw that comes together here. So I feel like it might be day three, you might meet someone that you're just very attracted to. That comes in here. You do have this hermity energy, so it's good to meet them, but don't don't run off. I know the heart does what it wants to do, but just go, wow, I'm just gonna. This is a good kind of, especially with the full card. It's a good beginning of a new adventure that you got. I get to meet someone that I really get along with. That just we fit so well. Have great conversations and a great bond that comes in with all this too. So I like that for you for day three. It doesn't have to be romantic though, but it feels like an important relationship. Let's see what your fortune cookie, excuse me, brings in too. And then I see you made a second donation, so we'll jump into that one next. Whoops. Oh, they already gave you your second card already. All right, we'll put that right there. For this one, yep, Sacred Waters, Ace of Cups. It is a focus of self love. So make sure, you know, to well not make sure but it's a good reminder for us that any relationship with the outside world is a reflection of our self-love that comes in here too. So I like that. You got, I bless the water I drink each day with the highest frequencies of healing, renewal, and divine intelligence. So remember that you are the chalice, that your self love is the primary, you know, and every relationship with the outside world is a reflection of that love. So I like that for you. Right. So many blessings to you. And I see your free question too. I'll add that onto the list here. Here we go. All right. Grab that one there. All right. So for your additional donation, thank you so much for that. Here are both your timestamps. Give that one a love and a like too. There we go. So thank you. And you're currently learning the data business analyst technology. Will this be good for you? Will you get opportunities or should you look for something else? All right, let's take a look. All right. So, based on current energies, well, is this what kind of outcome are you headed toward with that specific job journey or choice? Um, will you get other opportunities from this? Okay, like this one too. And is there anything else that would bring you more abundance, more easier path, a more fulfillingness? All right, I feel like it's these three too, and that one. Okay, we'll see what that's all about. Got the Saturn card on the bottom, Devil card, Capricorn, which rolls over the 10th house of work. So there is this energy of, you know, with that energy being on the bottom of the deck, there is this, I would say it's like the stripping away of the mind set of supposed to be, should be, need to be, which tells us that a lot of the where your kind of your pursuits could be more, I mean, they're definitely more mentally focused, the type of work that you're doing. But this, what they mean is that what you've been doing is a lot from what you've been told you're supposed to do and what you should be doing and focusing on. It's not like this is your heart's desire where you're like, "Ah, I love this. This will bring me what I'm ultimately trying to shoot for, which what is my dream? What is my dream?" Is kind of what they're nudging you a little bit with that on the bottom. But they just want to throw that in. Uh, let's take a look here. What kind of energy comes in here with the data business analyst technology, right? You have the page of canes, the page of swords. So there is, of course, you're learning new things. You're learning to see things differently from a different perspective as you're studying this. You're looking at, wow, this is kind of like um, it just gives you a different perspective from an IT standpoint, right? And you have the 10 of gifts, 10 of pentacles. There is an abundance energy that comes in here. So it does bring you some physical things in the physical world. It can bring you, this fulfills this definition of what success is that you've been told. This is success. Check, check, check. It brings you that check mark. Doesn't mean your heart is full. It just means that, yeah, this is the stuff that, this is abundance, by that kind of perspective, if that makes sense. The Knight of Candles. This is the fast movement. It's the fastest moving horse. I feel like, there's a lot of energy around this fire horse that we're moving into in the Chinese zodiac next year. It is a big movement energy in astrology. So I do feel like, there is a bit of action and movement that comes with this, and I feel like it does move you forward faster, with that energy. Um, so it does propel you, which brings us into the will you get opportunities question. Let's take a look here. Yeah, you got the sun card. It does bring you more opportunities, more abundance, brightness. Got the two of gifts, the two of pentacles. You actually end up being able to go two different routes with this. I feel like it does bring you two opportunities, significant ones. And below the surface, you do have the seven of candles energy, which is that energy I was talking about. This is in the sun card is kind of that way too. I usually talk with the seven of candles about it's the seven of wands that it's usually someone standing on a hill that I don't need to dim my light. I don't need to shrink. I don't need to ask permission to shine. I'm going to be true to myself and step forward. And I feel like, you're able to do this and you have the abilities and the gifts and to do it like, me being a supervisor, where I work through time. I was a successful supervisor. When they laid off people, you know, even though I had no IT background, they let my boss go and my two peers go, and they kept me from customer service who had no IT background or degrees, but they kept me because of my organization and of the skills. And that's the kind of what they look at with you is that you have all this ability to do all this, but even though I was good at it, doesn't mean I liked it, doesn't mean I enjoyed it as much as I do what I do now. This is my passion, this is my heart. I was good at it, I have skills, but that doesn't mean that that's what my heartstream is. I just have these, things. And I feel like this is what's coming in here is like, yeah, you can have this success, you can check all these boxes and stuff, but there's a passion that's wanting to be let out inside eventually, and it will be seen, it will be felt, it will be heard at some point in your life, like me, where eventually it's like, I can't stand it anymore. I've got to go live my and be who I am. I just can't. My fears were outweighed a ton by the ugliness of not being true to my dream. And you'll get there. But I feel like they just want you to know that. Is there anything else that would bring you bigger opportunities, more abundance? Yeah, there is. You'll have clarity around it. That'll come in here. And you have the magician. And it is something here that will be shown to you over time. I feel like now it's like continue to go on the route that you are and it will reveal itself. But with that magician, that is that living that passion. Who do I want to be? how do I want to express this that's within me with the world? The magician usually has a wand toward the heaven and a hand toward the ground, and it's the infinity symbol, which is your higher self. You're this conduit of bringing this higher self, this magic of who you are into the world in your own special, unique way. And I feel like that's what, will reveal itself to you eventually. But for now, it feels like this is the route. Just continue on this. It will be revealed eventually a little more ways down the road. Yeah. You got the page of good cheer, page of cups. Yeah. There's something that will make your heart sing, something that makes you passionate. The four of candles. Yeah. Brings you joy with the four of wands and the two of cups. Yeah. The two of good cheer. There is this energy of, because it's the power of emotional choice, like now that I've lived this and I do this, I could be a manager. Um, and I would be a different type of manager now because I'd be more intuitive and more in tune with my heart. I was very Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising. It's much in my head, right? There's that devil card. And Aquarius rising, also air. So, but I have a ton of Pisces and other water in my chart, which I didn't express a ton as much as I would now. Um, so I would be different now. And I feel like that is something with this Two of Cups is that you could eventually like kind of mesh your two worlds together that you'll discover this thing that your heart wants and this thing that your mind wants and you can find something that both would be, would go well together. Yeah, and the Four of Canes, the Four of Swords. This is letting go of expectations and seeing things from that higher perspective. There's that ace of again, the Ace of Swords coming in that you will get clarity. It'll come to you. Um, and so the more you try to kind of grasp it and search for it, the more that it slips away, from us. So instead, it's about enjoy each moment and it will be revealed. Just trust that it will be revealed, and let the fear go and let oh, what if I'm choosing the wrong way? Go, nope, you're on the right path. Just keep pursuing your heart and your passions. They'll reveal themselves more and more. Um, but this isn't going to be where you end up forever, but it will be part of your journey. Yeah, your fortune cookie is spiritual gifts. Here you go. What a beautiful card. And it says, I awaken the divine gifts within me, fully embracing my soul's purpose and unique expression. Kind of what I just said, right? So that'll come down later down the path. So continue forward. You'll find it. It's on your path ahead. So I like that for you, right? So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your dual donation. I appreciate that. All right. And I think that is it for the donation. So we'll continue on with the free readings here since I take a sip here. Right, it's almost all gone. Let me turn this off here. We'll move to water next here. Here, let me move this little hot plate. Well, it's not a hot plate, it's a mug warmer. Don't want to set this thing on fire. So hopefully everyone's been having an amazing holiday. Cheers, cheers. All right. Put that over there. Okay. And after this stream, I will be picking two winners for a 15-minute personal recorded reading. I'll pick one from the donations and one from the free readings. What I'll do is I will pin a comment at the end of the session, as I always do with all of the readings with timestamps, but I will put it on there too. And then also post a social media post on my Facebook, my Instagram, and on the community tab on the my channel as well. So that I'll announce the winners. I'm excited. And I will be doing that tomorrow night and Saturday night, and then Saturday morning and Sunday morning session too. So we got a lot going on. We also have a giveaway on the full moons and new moons. I give away a 30-minute personal recorded reading or Hedge of Peace and Love if you want that. Um, and the link for that is in the description box of the video if you want to get into that one. All right, I think we're ready to get back into the free readings. All right. So Brenda Globy, you are up next. Look at this, 250, 115. There we go. So how likely is it that KTH and AS will be together? All right. So based on current energies, how likely is it? The ever-changing world of the future and the energies, right? So you got the Two of Gifts and the Eight of Gifts. So, the Two of Pentacles is a balanced energy. The Eight of Gifts is if they're willing to put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, there is a transformational energy that's here. And I know the Two of Gifts is like, well, there's some work that has to get done, some transformation that has to happen for them to be together like permanently. I do feel like there's a bit of, transformational time that comes in here. I just I feel like one is more likely to go into the cocoon to become a butterfly, and the other is more likely not to. One person's more likely to do inner work, the other one's more likely to delay it, and one's more likely to become a butterfly sooner and want to have different interests and changes, and the other one is more likely to kind of stay slowly growing. Um, and it feels like there's this I'm seeing like these pathways of like it's 50-50, because it's like there's a chance that they can, but there's more so that one goes this way, and there's a chance that this one goes this way, but there's also an equal chance that they don't. Because I feel like one will grow, 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 and change and have different interests, and the other no, 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 and doesn't, um, and goes into that one, right? So, you know, I feel like that is kind of where we're at. Um, 50-50. I want to pull another card here. Yeah, Sudeshna, you can donate again if you'd like. Um, I know, because that didn't satisfy me either. Got the Nine of Wands. Yeah. See, the Nine of Wands energy is a little bit of an energy of, it's a yes card. It's a moon in Sagittarius. It's a fire moon. And it's the solar plexus, energy of self-empowerment that, but the Nine of Wands is like there's a block, but if you do the work, you can slip through it. But it's about perseverance. And that's the whole thing. I feel like one perseveres and is willing to do the work and to transform. The other is, man, it seems like a lot of work to go in the cocoon to transform to a butterfly. Look at those leaves over there. Let's go eat those instead. And it's like, I need more. I need more. I need more kind of energy. So hopefully that makes sense, Brenda. Just feels like the chances that it would be like forever is, I don't feel like it would be. I feel like one would outgrow the other. So, all right. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Tim Malajem. Hello, Tim. Or not Allah, but Dela. Ah la la. All right. I wanted to pull a card because you were it cracked me up. The old guy with the metal detector, right? So hatchet, shovel, and a few nails. Is it time to build something? Let's take a look here. Because did we knew that the post office thing was going to be delayed, right? I think I mentioned that in your last reading because there was something that came in that was delaying it with some stuff going on with the postal service, and budgets and blah, blah, blah. I know. So is it time to build? What else do we need to know? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we do have the pause energy with the hanged man, which is seeing things from a different perspective. The three of wands is a bit of, a change of direction with new information that you glean from hanging upside down from this tree. Of course, not literally monkey. Say, monkey man. This is about, of course you knew that. Seeing things from a different perspective, gaining clarity. And with that clarity that you choose to go, oh wait, this is where I want to go. There's like a third option besides what you were doing with the post office being number two. There's something else that you're picking up that's giving you a different direction here. Something more fulfilling, something more supportive. I feel like it's a supportive role. I don't know. Don't know if there's something with the VA. It feels like it's something to help veterans, if that makes sense. I'm trying to push for more and they're just going, "Nope, you'll know what it is." And I feel like that's what you need to know. So there you go. I like it. It is time to build something, but I don't feel like it's a physical like a physical shelter. Well, it could be a shelter, but but not a physical. You know what I mean? You're building something that will be helpful, helping build something that's helpful. All right. So that's what they got for you. Many blessings. Good to see you. Right. Maria P, you are up. Look, you got 257.57. This is for your free one. Thank you so much for your donation earlier. And a general for you and Wally. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Here we go. Dun dun dun. Oh. So you've got here the six of good cheer has to do with children. And the two of swords here has to do with a change of story. It's looking at a story differently about children and having children, but it's all about the story you're telling yourself and that you get to choose the story about what things mean or don't mean. And it could be like if someone's like, I don't want to have children, any more children, not like no, not children with you, or I want children and I want 10 and you're like, "Whoa." You know, but it's the change of story of your approach. So it's not that they're saying they don't want them. Um, I wanted to make sure they threw that in there, or they want 10. It's like you get to choose the story of what things mean, and you get to make choices for yourself too. But I feel like there's this energy here of going, okay, um, something about children being brought up. There's something from the past about children coming up here that there's some stories that can change and transform here. But you have the power of story regarding children in your guys' lives. And I feel like you know what that means. They're not giving me anymore. I feel like maybe it's more of a private conversation, but that's what they have for you, Maria. So I think you understand. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. Let me prepare some more of these others here. We got more to go here. Let's see. We got one, two, three. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And 9. Yes. All right. So I have 9 more. So hang in there, everybody. We'll get there. So faith and love, you are up next. Hello, hello. You like that? I saw your comment. Tsunami of love. So, what is coming in for C? Hey, what is coming in for C and you this weekend? Last time you mentioned he was planning a surprise for me this week, but so far no surprises. All right, let's take a look here. Surprise! Surprise, no surprises. Was it the was this the one where you were like, well, I'm gonna have to act surprised now? I'm like, now that you know it, it's not gonna be a surprise. Let's take a look here. So, what's coming up for seeing you this weekend? All right. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm like, we ruined it. Oh no. No surprise for you. Well, we've got the 2 of pentacles, we got the 2 of gifts, and we got the 7 of cups, which is 7 of good cheer. So there's a lot of different emotional choices. And I feel like there is a variety of things that they want to try here. And I feel like there's 2 things. I do feel like there's 2 gifts, 2 opportunities for this weekend, and I like it. It's among 7 different things. So there's 2 out of 7, and it's funny. It's almost like I don't know, they're showing me this old from this newer Flash TV series. I haven't even watched a whole lot of it. I just saw a blurb, like a short on YouTube, and he's fighting against these group of people that can read minds and see the future, but he works so fast that he deceived them. Yes, so many possibilities that he could change his mind at lightning quick speed that they couldn't real keep up, and he ended up defeating them because they were undefeatable because they could always tell the future. And it's funny because it's like there's 7 things, and you don't know which one it's gonna be, and you're like, "What? I wanna know what it is." "Nope, you can't know." It's almost like their higher self is going, "Nope, there's possibilities that are here, but there's 2 things out of 7 that they're gonna bring forward for you here." So you do have this weekend, and I feel like it is still gonna be a surprise, um over this weekend or this week. Still have tomorrow, but I feel like they were waiting because didn't did your reading was it that it wasn't gonna be like on Christmas Eve or Christmas? They were gonna wait to do it to make it special and unique? Was that right? I don't know. They're bringing that in now if that wasn't said before, but they didn't wanna make it like, um yeah, I think you mentioned that sounds seems familiar, right? And at all the readings I do, when that comes back, it has to be them because for me to go, wait, because a lot of anyway, that it's a mute point, but I like that. So I feel like they were waiting for after, because then it's unexpected and it's special. So I like that. That's all they're gonna say. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. You'll pretend to be surprised again. You're so funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, faith and love. Many blessings to you. Good to see you. Hey, Pratama. It looks fabulous. You like the black hat? You're so funny. You're very welcome. All right. Maria Salentine, you are up. There you are. So when will okay, when will lose 40 pounds? You need to lose 40 pounds. It's really hard. A volume eater. I know, right? I tell you, yeah, I can throw you on to you can make a donation if you want me to dive deeper, or if you want a 1 or 2 card reading, can ask for a free reading and then just put your question down there. I'll add you to the list. I've lost 40 pounds since this time last year. Um, so it took me a year, but and that's the way to do it, is not to try to crash. It's just to start to make changes one step at a time, really, right? Which is, you know, start to watch what we're eating and just make a choice, a little different choice, a little bit at a time, right? So that you're a volume eater, but it's emotional eating, right? And so, there is some looking at, well, let me pull some cards here, but there's looking at their started channel. Um, you know, what are you trying to fill, right? And that is the thing, is like when I emotionally eat when I'm feeling down, I will, you know, wanna comfort foods. But they're not comforting me, they're just making me feel more miserable. For a moment, as you're eating that apple fritter, "Oh, it's so good." But then why eat 4? Because 'Cause I'm feeling empty, I'm feeling I need to fill something up. But it's about going inward and upward, and it's just a matter of eating. I began, uh only eating 2 meals a day and fasting for, a period of time. You need a of course, us I'm not a medical professional or nutritionist. Disclaimer in the description box, but there's different things that you can look at, and it's just like it's just starting to love your body and doing things. Begin just a small walk. You don't even have to walk very far. It's just a matter of getting your shoes on, walk around the block, right? It's about getting out and doing more, especially, you're trying to get over a breakup and trying to get over someone. Um, it's that get busy, get out. Sitting around thinking just makes us want to eat and we feel empty and you know, start walking with someone, um, get out of the house, start reading, you know, or listening to Mel Robbins' podcast. Find something to learn, invest energy in things. It's an amazing thing, um, but it's about taking action, right? Because you won't do something until you want to do it. No one can make you do anything you don't want to do, right? But you have the 8 of gifts and the 5 of gifts. Yeah. Put in the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, you get the results. The 5 of Pentacles is an energy of feelings of lack, of not being good enough, and so this isn't about doing things. Is if you're trying to lose the weight to be attractive to Philippe, don't do it for someone else, because 'cause we'll give up on that. Because we'll only do it if we're doing it for ourselves, and so do it for you, not to attract someone else, not to have revenge, not to be attractive for them, but to love yourself. Do the things. Eat the way you would love yourself. Walk, exercise the way you would love yourself. Listen to the things, tell yourself the things of love, right? It's about love, love, love. But I like that. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Maria. Hang in there. Many blessings. I do highly recommend Mel Robbins' book, The Let Them Theory, because they do talk about breakups, and she does talk about finding your love, and like 2/3 of the book is on relationships, and it's amazing, life-changing stuff. So if you're able to borrow it, um, uh, from I don't know if even libraries have it or something, I definitely highly recommend that. Right, many blessings to you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you mean about I was like, "Congratulations." Oh, on doing that. And also my doctor said, "If you don't, you need to lose weight." Because I had, high blood pressure, I was pre-diabetic, um, sleep apnea, bunch of stuff. And my last blood test, I'm actually not pre-diabetic anymore. So just changing the way we eat and eating more from a place of love is amazing. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. Trust me, trust me. Right. Cheers. Look, I'm drinking my pink lemonade water. All right. So, and then I'm not sure if I just told you I was talking. So Pratima, I got your energy. I mean your energy. Your general I mean your reading. A free reading request down here. I'm too many things coming into my head all at once. Ah, thanks, Olivier. All right, so let's take a look here. So Ken, you are up next. Let's just keep going. When Bretta Zen starts to talk, things start fumbling. When Spirit talks, everything is smoother. So, will you like the job that they will give from IBS? All right, let's take a look here. Take a look here. So, based on current energies, is that job going to be something that you will choose to enjoy? Yeah, you got the Three of Cups, which is joy energy. And it feels like there is this is like group energy. You might even find kind of like a tribe, people that you get along with. If you're looking for some friends, I feel like you do find some here at this job. The Queen of Good Cheer, Queen of Cups is, of course, she rules over her emotions. So there is this energy. It's like the energy that's here, it's more likely that you will choose to enjoy yourself and find friends. I feel like that's one of the reasons why you will choose to enjoy it, but it's your choice. Will you like the job? That's up to you, right? No one will make you, um, you know, no one can force you to feel any way, good, bad, or ugly, or whatever energies, emotional energies. You get to choose how you feel in each moment, and no one can choose that for you. So, um, Spirit kinda goes, "Will I like that? I don't know, will you?" Sometimes you'll choose to like it, other times you'll choose not to, but the great news is that it's your choice, that you can, choose one or the other, anytime, and from moment to moment, there's no judgment because there's no wrong choice, just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences, right? But for the most part, it feels like this is something that it has the a lot of stuff that you would make it easier for you to choose to like it. We'll put it that way. All right. Many blessings. All right. Aisha, you are up next. Here's your timestamp. Don't know why I suddenly have a southern accent coming in. Who am I channeling? You have Dr. Muhammad Nadine Aslam. What do you see? What kind of person is he? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about them here? We got this one and this. All right. Well, we've got the devil. Run. No, I'm just kidding. That's Capricorn. Very much a workaholic, very organized, very in their minds, very much about go, go, go. Organized, wants structure. The Seven of Cups, they've got a wide variety of different emotions, a lot of emotional. I don't know. I feel like they're more mental than they are emotional. Emotions confuse them. So I feel like they're more technical, more kind of like air signy, which I know. They can get in their head more. You'd ask them more, what do you think, than how do you feel? How do you feel about that? What? It's like asking a Vulcan, how do you feel? Like, I can tell you how I think, but not how I feel, because emotions are confusing. It's a language I don't speak very well. But mind, so more, you know, um, more structure, you know, structured kind of stuff. If you're looking for a romantic, no. I feel like they're more all about work and organization and like I said, structure, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what they want you to know. I feel like that's the big things A big thing that's important for you to be like, "Oh, yeah, psh, psh, psh. Have had that before." I want someone that can know their emotions and communicate them, not try to convince them, "Tell me about your emotions." "I don't know." It's like it's like a blind asking a blind man to describe a sunset. "Well, it feels warm," and you're like, "Oh, gosh." Alright, that's what they have for you, Aisha. So many blessings to you. Still talented person, but very much in their head. All right. So Olivier Vagara, you are up. Here's your timestamp. The way Spirit explains things cracks me up sometimes. Well, a lot. All right, Olivier, will you eventually be taken for good collaborate to work with Johnny? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will ya? Will ya? Will ya? I don't know. I mean, we've got here the Hanged Man, which is like a pausing energy as things transform. And you do have the High Priestess energy here too. So two major arcana that are both about stepping away, see things from a higher perspective, connect with spirit, look behind the veil, dive deep. But it is about seeing things differently. And this is more away from that. This feels more distant because one you're hanging up in a tree, the other one you were up in a high priestess tower. I don't feel like that this collaborative work with Johnny is meant for you here. I still feel you're being drawn overseas or out of country. I just see you being drawn somewhere else. I feel like everything else is being paused and kept from you because for you, um, for you, from you, for you, because this is bringing you to this point of I gotta go. I have to go here. This is the only thing that's working out. And it's almost like it's creating your alibi in a way. As far as like people are like, "You're leaving the country. Why are you doing that?" Well, I tried. I've tried for a year to find a new job and this and I couldn't find anything. But I found that. I have to all the doors were closing everywhere else. This one swung wide open. Sometimes you just gotta take a sign, right? So I like that. Right. Cheers. All right. So many blessings, Livier. Enjoy and get your passport ready. All right. So Andrea, 54 Hector, you are up. Let's take a look here. It's your timestamp. So December 9th was your dad's anniversary for when he was called home. Oh, is there any messages from him that he wants you to know? Yeah, I actually have some. Let's see are these. Yeah, Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle. I have another deck, but they didn't. I was reaching for that one, and I feel like your dad went, "Oh no, this one." Okay, so we'll do this one. See what message does he have for you here? Because he is. He goes, "I am guiding you from the other side. I'm hanging out with the homies." He's got treasures in the deep and dark. It's your card number 4. And it says shadow work, healing old wounds is the theme. The key concepts are shadow work, healing old wounds, experiencing relationships at a deeper level. So he's telling you that sometimes you can play in the shallow waters and discover something valuable, but now's not one of those times. To find the real treasure you seek, you need to dive deep down and face the shadowy places in you that were long forgotten and denied. I feel like he's throwing you in the deep end of the pool. Dad, something reflected in your life now echoes your past. Be brave. for this is a call to healing. Know that those wounds don't define you. The past doesn't dictate your future. When you dive into the depths of your psyche and accept this, there's no need to deny any part of yourself again. Learn, love, and accept every aspect of you. When you can be compassionate and forgiving to yourself, you'll experience so much more beauty and joy. Open yourself to receive and make space for more abundance in all areas of your life. You will see evidence of your success soon. Remember that intimacy is not found on the surface. Don't be afraid to dive deep in your conversations with others. You'll be glad you went there. The reversal of this says right now, no matter what your inquiry, it's time for a look in the mirror and a personal inventory. It's easy to be triggered right now and feel like you've gone back in time with a reopened wound. It's important to be aware and avoid defensiveness, judgment, or blame. You always have a part to play in this theater of life. Perhaps you're challenged because someone is projecting their unhappiness onto you. Perhaps you are the one projecting judgment outward into the world or refusing to accept the truth of a situation. Whichever position you hold, have a sense of humor and let it go. I feel like he had a great sense of humor. Laugh and let it go. Everything will come back to a manageable right size, and soon you won't even remember what all the fuss was all about. Life is just messy some days. I love that. What a great message from your papa. So that's what they have for you, Andrea. Hopefully that resonates for you there. Many blessings. Lovely energies they have. All right. And then Salama, you are up. Here is your timestamp here. And a reading on a job offer, finance, and relationships in 2026. All right. Since free readings are just 1 to 2 cards, so let's take a look here. Do we want to do job offer and finance together as one card? And then here's your other one for relationships. So 2026. Yeah, you do get a job offer with the devil card. This is Saturn that rules over Capricorn, which rules over the 10th house of work. That's how we got there. So I do like this. I do feel like it's important for you to let go of expectations of old ways of looking at things and how you're looking for a job. It's like, get out of your head and into your heart. Don't limit your searches by what you've always done before. Allow yourself to look at the whole list of jobs that are available and see what, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna try that out. Or, where's your excitement leading you? Not, I guess I should apply there. It's the energies poops out on it, right? It's where's your passion drawing you? Where's your heart drawing you? As I feel it coming in here. And that does then bring the abundance along with it. But if you're trying to do something that you've always done that's just you're bored with, it's going to reflect that boredom. If there's something you're excited about, then it will financially and experientially also reflect that, right? Relationship wise, oh, the sun card got some beautiful. I mean, literally, you're out here having a picnic out in the snow. What are you doing out there? But the sun card is one of the most brilliant, abundant cards. It's full of a lot of passion, a lot of brightness. I do feel like you get a lot of clarity, and I do feel like you have great possibilities of stepping into a relationship in 2026. The devil card energy, it is about letting go of expectations, both in work and finance and relationships. It's just a wonderful message of it shakes our cage of all these long held thoughts and beliefs of supposed to be and should be, need to be expectations, which end up sucking the life out of things because we focus in on lack What's not happening in my job? What's not happening in my finances? What's not happening in my relationships? When I focus my energy on that, what do I get? More of that, right? But when I start focusing on what do I love about the jobs I've had in the past? What do I love? What am I grateful for of the of what abundance I have in my life now? Money, whatever, and what am I grateful for the experiences I had when I received money and had this abundance? And then relationships, what love do I have in my life? It doesn't have to be romantic. What love do I have in my life, and what love have I been grateful for in the past, right? It's all about gratitude for what I have and have had is what draws in more. If I focus on the other, it shrinks it and pushes things away. I look at it, the stuff Spirit's been bringing is when I focus on low vibration of lack and need and want and fear, that tide pushes things away. When I am grateful for things, it brings the tide in and makes it more easily flow toward me. So I feel like that's what they want you to know for this reading. Right? Many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Debbie, Debbie, love and light to you. Good to see you. All right, Michelle Smith, you are up. Hello, hello. I love what you said. Merry everything and happy always. Peace. Same to you. So, general reading. Let's see what we got here for you, Michelle. What do we have here? Got this. What else? In this. So, you got, ooh, wow. Very much beginning energy with the Fool card being the first card in the major arcana, 0, and the Ace of Swords, which they call the Ace of Canes here, which is about it's like a gift from spirit. You're given this kind of freedom with the Fool card because it's about like a little child that looks at the world with a world of possibilities instead of being caught up in our mindsets of all the opinions, the small t truths rooted in fear that we've been giving of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be, blah, 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 right? All this that we've been given, the Fool card is the exact opposite. It's like a child, they call it the child, which I love in this deck because they're looking going, "Ah, I still believe Santa's possible," instead of "Santa's dead," or "He never existed. It was a story." Along with the tooth fairy and the Easter rabbit and, and Jesus. They're like, "What?" Yeah, none of these people existed. They're like, "What? No way." The child is like, I believe, um, and they haven't, been told, and that things aren't true. They haven't been taught to doubt. They've just been taught that anything's possible, and I like that. That's also the Ace of Swords. It's seeing things from a higher perspective. That's why it's a gift. It gives you the ability to connect to the higher wisdom, to see things from a higher perspective and cut away the small t truths rooted in fear, all those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets from humans, all that opinion we're talking about, right? And so there is this clarity. I feel like there's this timing of going, yeah, whenever I hear anything that says supposed to, that's an expectation. That's a human thing. Have to, must, there's no rules. That's a human thing. Unconditional, eternal love from Creator is what we get from them. There's no judgment. When we ask them, "What's the best way?" They're like, "What do you mean?" There is no but what's this word best? There's just different. What about worse? Isn't that worse? No, there's judgment is a human thing because we ate of that tree of good and evil, right? The tree of judgment. If we didn't eat of that tree, which is what we chose to come down here to experience, opposites. There's no opposites on their side. There's just different. Everything's on, like a it's like temperature. There's no wrong temperature. There's just different temperature. A temperature gauge says that there's lower temperature and higher temperature. But when does a temperature become cold? That's an opinion. I know because my dad, um, he well, he's a Sagittarius too, so he's a fire. He likes warmer weather. He always liked California, Texas. Now he lives in Hawaii with his wife, and they're like, "Brrr," it got down to 70 degrees. We had to put socks on, and he goes, "How's the weather there?" And I'm like, "Oh, 9 degrees," and I'm like, I'm going for a walk, because I love cold weather. So cold for me is very different than cold for him, right? And that's the whole thing that the message comes through is that getting rid of our judgment of what is something and being more seeing things from that higher perspective that no, there's no right or wrong. There's just different choices, different experiences, different outcomes. Everyone can have a different way of looking at things, and that's okay. But I can also look at things differently. So I feel like that's, like, the message for right now with, what they have for you, Michelle. So hopefully it resonates for what you need right now, and many blessings to you. All right. Good to see you. All right. Sudeshna Ghosh, you are up for your free reading here. Thank you for your donations earlier. There is your timestamp for your free reading. And do you want to know spirit messages and guidance for you? Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know right now? Okay, we got this and this. So we've got the Knight of Canes, which is the Knight of Swords. And then you have the Holly King, which is the Emperor energy. It's interesting because this is about a change of perspective. The Emperor, has a whole room full of people telling them the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be and the have to be and the blah, blah, blah. Everyone having their different opinion and contradicting opinions and all this kind of stuff going on, right? So they're all doing this, and the emperor's trying to please everybody, but he realizes I can't because everyone wants something different and it's opposites. So I'm not going to be able to please everyone. So everyone clear the throne room, leave all your requests in that box, the suggestion box on the way out your out the door, and I'm gonna think about what is it that I want for my empire. And then I decide from my heart, and then I make a plan, and then I put action behind it. And this is with this Knight of Canes, the Knight of Swords. It's also about a change of mindset. It's the quest of clarity, seeing things from a higher perspective, not from all these small t truths and opinions of the human world, all the blah, 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 the should, supposed to, need to, have to, must. This is about seeing things from a higher perspective, from the through our heart, going, how do I uniquely want to share this amazing love inside of my heart with the world in my own special, unique way? What I want to do it. How do I want to do that? And then all this is about planning and thinking and clarity that comes in. And there's no rush. We have eternity. So we don't have to rush and hurry up and decide, I gotta figure out my entire life today. Ain't gonna happen. My dad, he's in his 80s. He still tells me, I just still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Again, he's a Sagittarius. Funny, funny, funny man. Uh, so, you don't have to figure it all out today. Just know, take the time to go inward and clear the throne room, and you'll find your clarity even faster. Right. So that's what they have for you, Sudeshna. So many blessings to you. All right. I think I might have gotten to the end here already. So, Pratima, you are up. That came up fast. I was like, boom. Whoops. Get this right here. There we go. Here's your correct timestamp. All right. So, Lipsa, what's coming towards you today? All right. Let's take a look here. Based on your current energies, what's heading your way? What have you drawn towards you in your life today? Let's take a look here. All right. So we've got this balance between head and heart here, which comes about with this Ace of Canes. I just put this back in the deck. Ace of Canes, Ace of Swords. It's about some clarity that comes in And it's about seeing things from this higher perspective. The King of Good Cheer is a wonderful, I mean, they rule, it's the King of Cups, they rule over the emotional suit. They bring in this balance of energy by seeing things more clearly too. Their emotions, whoosh, big waves, but they have swords behind the scenes. And here's the Ace of Swords, which helps you calm things down. The clarity of things helps bring calmness of your heart. So whatever, if you've had something going on emotionally, something that's really been bubbling up these emotions on the inside, right? Wherever you've been feeling the most stress or the most anxiety or a most extreme emotion, whether it's sadness or anger or whatever. You're gonna get clarity on that today, and you're gonna understand, "Oh, now I understand." You're either gonna understand something like information comes around a situation, it comes up clearly, or you learn something about someone, or if it's about someone and you overhear like a podcast or a situation and it gives you a perspective where you didn't even think of where this other person was coming from. You were just reacting off of, what's going on inside of you. But this is giving you a like a bird's eye view of what's going on over there. And you realize, "Ah, this isn't about me. My emotions and my reactions are about me, but their actions or non-actions, their words or their silence, that's about their fears, not about me." And I love that. So I feel like there is some clarity that um, comes in. Um, so I like that. I like that that comes in. Um, and I don't know why. I just want to refer you to my podcast, The Easier Path. They just brought that in. I was just like, there could be information there because there's a lot in there about how we mirror each other and how we learn from each other. And I feel like if you're drawn to that, it's a free podcast. In fact, since this is my last reading, I'll just pop it out there. Here's the newest one that we just put out this morning, which is In Love with the Future, which has to do with us falling in love with who someone could be, not who they are. There's no guilt, just admission. Yeah, I did that a few times. We all do. But there's also the podcast playlist is down in the description box of the video if you want to catch up on any of the others as well. But I feel like that's the big thing that is they're wanting you to know that's coming in for you today. Some good clarity that helps bring a wonderful balance to your emotional waves that you might be feeling. Right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, everybody. Also, since so if you want to check out that new Easier Path, if you haven't entered the giveaway that I have every new moon and full moon, the next one coming up is the full moon. If you check out that link, or it's also in the description box of the video, it tells you how you can get into that to win a 30-minute personal recorded reading or a hedge, an energetic hedge that I create. Um, so all that's listed down below and in that video if you want to check that out. Also, we've got like a week left of my super sale on my personal readings, my live readings and my recorded readings, and my hedges are all on sale all the way through January 1st of 2026, January 2nd. It's on my calendar to change my pricing back. So I feel like we will be doing that. So be sure to take advantage of the low prices, and you can buy some, um, and you don't have to like use them right away either. I've had a few people that will, they're like, oh, they're on sale here. I'll buy these, and then I'll let you know when I'm going to use it. I'm like, that's fine. Feel free to do that if you want. I keep a little list and they never expire until I do. And if I expire, I'll still come give it to you in a dream or a haunting, whichever I choose. All right. Anyway, I think those are the things I wanted to tell you guys. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. So I will be when I finish the stream, I'm gonna pull a winner for donations and a winner for free readings. I'll have be giving away two 15-minute recorded readings, one each for one of those. And I'll post it in the pinned comment and also on a social media post um, on my Facebook, my Instagram, and on the community page here too. So I'll be doing that here momentarily. So it'll take me just a little longer to post the pinned comment than normal, but I will be giving that here in a moment. So I will be doing that every day. Each session, Friday tonight, Friday and Saturday night, and then Saturday and Sunday morning too. So if you don't win tonight, you still have 4 more chances. So come hang out. And I think that's it for this evening. Happy holidays again. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Does help spread the Zen love. You're part of the love tsunami, and I'm so grateful to have you on this journey along with me in searching for that wonderful messages from spirit and having that thirst to connect. So thank you guys again so much. I love you guys. Until I see you again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I do love you guys too. So until I see you again, sleep tight, enjoy. We'll see you on the flip side. Much love. You guys take care.